You'll be coming to Singapore as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Oh my god, that's gonna be awesome, man.
Awesome.
Like someone's telling me that you're a Dutch kickboxing champion.
He's exaggerating.
Oh, wait, wait, wait,
He's
hold
talking
on.
me up.
Hold on. Look at the belt that's down here.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a Dutch kickboxing champion belt. Wow.
There's a bit of dust on it because he hasn't cleaned it and he doesn't care about his his Dutch kickboxing title, but it's great. You can look him up on YouTube.
Yeah, that's great, man. When did you get the belt?
010.
Oh, 10. So,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Are you still fighting?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
We want to get him into 1FC maybe. If 1FC wanna, I'm hoping for it. 1FC wanna take him on.
Yeah, sure, man. What's your MMA record?
I've only had.
No, he's only had 2 MMA fights, but he's had over 40 kickboxing fights. So, yeah, he's looking to have he's not pro in MMA yet, but we want to turn him pro in MMA. See who wants to take him on for their first pro MMA fight.
Wow, that's great. We got Rebel, we got 1FC. So you just come on down. I want to see a Dutch kickboxing champion fighting, man. What weight are you on?
77 kilos.
Okay,
That's
77 kilos. Maybe you can kick Ben
Maybe.
ass for me.
Maybe. Yeah, Ben Askren maybe. What about Melvin Manhoff?
Wow, you want to fight? Oh my god. This is gonna
Well,
be
ask him if he'd fight Melvin
Will
Manhoff.
you
I
fight
figured.
Melvin Manhoff?
Of course I'll fight Melvin Manhoff. I'll fight anyone, mate. I don't think Melvin's happy with that.
Oh really? I think
Melvin used to do my management. He used to be my manager.
Wow. But you'll fight him, even though he was your manager.
Of course, I'll fight anyone.
Oh my god, you're
I'll
awesome.
fight this guy right here if I have to.
Oh my
He's
God.
beat me every time.
Australian top team so awesome. You guys fight anyone. Like that's great. We have so many
Yeah, see-
good fighters nowadays.
Unlike other gyms, we don't try and hide behind anything, you know. We fight whoever, and we still come out with good results, you know. So, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing when you try and set up fights and then they backfire in your face. I won't name names.
Anyways, he's not a dumb Dutchman. We were actually live for a few minutes, and I have Joey Brigood with me. Australian top team kickboxing coach, Dutch kickboxing champion in 010. He says he wants to fight Melvin Manhoff in 1FC.
Oh shit! So I guess I am a dumb Dutchman, right?
And we have again our loyal co-host Suman Mukhtarian, who's been on with us for this is like the 20th episode.
20th
of
week.
Monday.
I
Yep.
think it's our 20th anniversary.
Yeah, 20th episode of Monday Night Mayhem. Oh my god, that's great.
Guys, I'm off.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you anyway. I'll see you in Singapore.
All right, man. I'll see you soon.
Take care, brother.
Take care, bro.
See you, bro. See you, mate. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, well, he's gonna be my corner man for Rebel, so you get to see him firsthand. And you've been working hard on his obviously his jiu-jitsu and his wrestling for his upcoming like MMA fights and things like that. He has one of his MMA fights that he had against a European national champion. He was from Slovakia. He versed him just maybe I think 6 months ago in an MMA fight, and that guy had a bit of trouble taking Yoop down and kind of paid for it with knees. So that's on YouTube as well, if you look it up. But it's not under his name. It's under JB Wins MMA Fight. So if anyone wants to look and research on him, that's what you can look at.
All right, JB Wins MMA Fights for Joey Brigood. Before I go on forward, next week there's Frank Barker's. There's Eddie Bravo's seminar in Australia. So just hit up Frank Barker's YouTube page or Frank Barker's Facebook page for more info on the seminar. Tickets are selling fast. You don't want to miss it. Anyone in Australia, I believe you'll be going as well.
Yeah, I'll be going there.
KMA.
Yeah, I'll be there. I support. I'm gonna hit Frank up tomorrow and book everything in.
All right, man. That's awesome, man. What have you been doing this past week?
Being sick.
You still
Like,
sick like this?
I don't know. It's like sickness after sickness. I need to fix up my immune system or something, because like I was sick. I had like a chest infection. Chest infection went away. I had chronic diarrhea for 3 days. and, and then like I don't know, just kept getting these headaches, and then like yesterday I woke up and just didn't feel too good, and today I woke up, my nose is all blocked up, and I don't know, it just keeps happening. I haven't had the best of luck in the past 3 or 4 weeks with sickness and things like that, but I'll get better, and I've still been training. So.
What did the doctor say?
I don't see doctors. Doctors are for weak people.
Oh, come on.
I hate the doctors. You know what? A fear of mine is hospital.
Why?
You know, I've broken my leg before and I haven't gone to the hospital. I let it heal itself. I just don't like it. You know, when I walk into a hospital, that smell. You know, the hospital smell.
Yeah.
It smells like death to me, and it just scares the hell out of me. I just don't like it at all. I think I've been to the doctors in the past 3 years maybe once for myself. You know, and like I just don't like it at all.
Okay, since you are saying about this, talking about you're supposed to have a fight on 30th May, and you were sick.
Yeah, I was sick and I was still looking to fight. Doesn't make a difference.
So you'll fight even if you're sick.
Yeah, man, a sickness isn't enough to stop me from fighting.
Is that good advice for any other fighters?
Horrible advice. Don't listen to me. Honestly, your health comes first when you're fighting, but I think with me, my pride gets in the way of that a bit. So I think a sickness isn't enough for me to stop fighting. I think anyone else, it's pretty dangerous, and even for myself, it is pretty dangerous. But that's the risk that I take. I think of it like this: if I'm willing to jump in the ring, that's enough of a risk for me. Like that's a scary enough thing to jump in a ring. So I think the least of my worries is going to be a cold or a flu or something. I've fought with a flu twice. I think a pretty bad flu twice in my career, and I've luckily won both of them pretty quick. So yeah, I don't know. I think
you're crazy, man.
I think when I'm cutting weight, sometimes I don't take the best care of my body, and I just get a bit sick.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I haven't been eating enough junk food. Chocolate keeps me healthy.
It's the withdrawal symptoms.
That's it. I'm actually scratching. But this past week as well, we had a few fighters on. We had Muhammad Alavi, who fought for the state kickboxing championship. He fought against Costa. Let me read it. Balabanogov. It was a rematch, and it was actually an awesome fight. And Muhammad again came out the winner, won the state championships. There's Luke, and James.
James fought when?
Nah, that was an old fight. That was James' old fight. James, listen, no one wants to fight James. There's the photo of Muhammad. But we've been trying to get James to fight. Like he's an amateur, and he's really eager to turn professional because no one wants to fight him as an amateur. He's a flyweight fighter, but he's fought as high as 72 kilos. He obviously didn't fight. He wasn't 72 kilos when he fought, but that's where the opponent came down to. The kid's really talented, and it's really hard to find him fights. He's eager to turn professional. I'm saying to him, you know, wait it out. You're only 17 years old. You just turned 17, I think. And I want to really get him into a fight. That's why I was really looking forward to him fighting someone like Gary Tang, who's fighting Nick Lee. But yeah, so hopefully something, and maybe after that I'll fly him over one time to Singapore with me so he can fight the winner. Because this kid's good. So, and yeah, I'd like to see him fight. But yeah, Muhammad won his fight. We had two other fighters. We had Amira Hafizovic. She had her first fight. She unfortunately lost a split decision. She lost her first fight. And then we had Raymat, who was 4-0 undefeated. We call him Raymat the leg breaker. TKs everyone with his leg kicks. He unfortunately had his first loss. He's in one of these photos here. There he is. He had his first loss. He hasn't fought in about a year and a half due to a shoulder dislocation. He had a full shoulder reconstruction, and it was his first fight back. And unfortunately, he re-injured his shoulder.
I think he may have came back a bit too quick. He went and saw a doctor about the shoulder injury, and it's not. He didn't pop it out. But he did damage some of the muscles that were holding the shoulder together. The doctor said to him he's lucky it didn't get any worse, but he fought on in that fight. He at the end of the first round, his shoulder was pretty jacked up. When they were clinching up, you could see that he was only clinching with one hand, and he kept fighting. He went all the way to the end and still dropped his opponent with a few leg kicks, but he ended up losing a decision. So it showed a lot of toughness in that fight, and you know, I'm really proud of the way he fought, and I'm proud of the way Amira fought, and obviously I'm proud of the way Muhammad won his title as well. I'm not really too disappointed about my guy's effort. Obviously I'm disappointed with the result, but you can't win them all, you know. Raymart messaged me straight after the fight. You know, he was upset that he couldn't get the win for us, but he said, you either win or you learn, and that's a good sign to see from a 17-year-old kid. He said, you either win or you learn, and he said he's going to come back bigger and stronger. So it's good to see the maturity from a young guy like that.
Yeah, man. Like, what's up with ATP? You guys fight injured. Like, Amy Adam fight with a broken rib, Raymart fight with shoulder injury.
Man, the shoulder injury, we went to two doctors for Raymart's shoulder injury. We went to two doctors, and both doctors said that his shoulder was fine. He'd been given the go-ahead to go and fight. I think a few things of it were a bit mental. You know, Raymart wasn't 100% confident, but he's at the end of the day, you know, young people, they like to push themselves. His doctor said he was all right. He felt all right, but then he got into the fight, and we realized in the worst way possible that he wasn't, you know. It's not a thing. I don't like my guys to fight injured, but and I don't like to fight injured as well. If I could, I would fight 100% all the time. But I've realized in every fight that I've ever had, I've had some injury, you know, even if it's something small. I've had some big ones, I've had some small ones, but I've realized that in the sport of MMA, it's really, really hard to keep your body extremely healthy. And always intact. Now the problem is, I don't like. I leave it up to my guys. If it's a serious injury, I pull them out. But I think if your toe hurts, if your knee hurts, if your bum hurts, you've got a headache, you fight through it. You know what I mean? The worst thing I hear is about like guys pulling out for stupid reasons. You know. At the end of the day, we're fighters. If you get in that ring, you're a fighter, and you fight to the end, injured or not. It's like someone had asked me once, would you throw the towel in for one of your guys? And I said, nah, I wouldn't. You know, because when you jump into the ring, you're ready for the consequences of what's going to happen. So if a fighter's willing to go forward with it, especially if they're amateur, you don't want to injure them permanently, you don't want to hurt them permanently, but at the same time, you know, it's okay. If there's I can understand a lot of pro fighters pulling out because of injury, because they might not want to hurt their record or their career or something. But amateur fighters, if you're willing to do it and it's not going to cause you permanent damage, just go for it. You know, you got to remember, you got to have some respect for your opponent as well. Your opponent has been training for 5, 6 weeks at times, 8 weeks at times, and maybe having your first fight, and then to hear a week out from the fight that you've pulled out just because you've got a bit of a cold, it's a pretty heartbreaking thing. You know, 7 weeks of work and just pulling out because of a cold is to me, like, you know, not disrespectful. I don't know what the word for it would really be, but I think that you should fight on. You know, what's the worst that can happen? And that might be a bit stupid or naive or something of me to say that and things, but that's just how I am, you know. I give all my guys the option of fighting. They all seem to want to fight, you know. I try not to breed like our guys like real soft, you know. Our guys and girls are really tough here. People come from other schools to roll in our jiu-jitsu classes, and they don't say that we're rough. They just say that we go really hard, you know. It's not the nicest way of rolling, and they roll. We roll hard. We spar easy, spar hard. You know, we've got our guys that come in here for as a hobby. We've got our guys here that come as a fighter. The fighters train hard and they go hard. So I try and keep that in our guys. It's not an easy sport that we're in, so our guys don't take it easy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not good that our guys do that, but that's how our guys are, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, but I agree with you, man. With the way the sport works, it's hard to get your fighters 100% once they reach the cage.
Yeah, you're never 100%. You're never 100%. Like you've been training now for a few weeks for your upcoming fight, right? At Ultimate Beatdown.
Yep.
Now for your upcoming fight, have you ever trained this hard?
I've never trained this hard in my life. Oh my god.
Exactly. But you're pushing yourself right now. You know, you're really pushing yourself. Now, how shattering would it be if 4 days out from the event, your opponent calls up and says, "Listen, I've got a cold, and I can't fight." How pissed off would you be?
Yeah, it would suck, man. It would
What I
suck
mean?
so bad.
Yeah, and you'd be like, "Oh, I did all that hard work for nothing." So we try and, as much as we can, not disrespect our opponent by pulling out. You know, we know that they're even putting in the hard work. So let's get in there and have fun. At the end of the day, someone wins, someone loses, someone hand gets raised, someone doesn't. You know, someone gets upset, someone's happy, someone gets injured, someone doesn't get injured, someone gets knocked out, someone gets submitted. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Something's going to happen. At the end of it, though, you know, I've never ever held anything against any of my opponents after a fight. Whatever said or done before a fight, that's one thing. After a fight, I've always been really, really cool with my opponents, you know, and a lot of our guys have. I haven't seen anyone from my gym really be bitter towards anyone, whether they win or they lost, you know. So I think that's when it's kind of over, you know. But when you don't fight and you pull out, it leaves this thing in your stomach, in your heart, that maybe you wouldn't understand right now, but you will one day when someone pulls out on you and you never get your opportunity to fight that person. And it's not a hate thing, but you just want it to be over with. Afterwards, you can be happy and be friends. But yeah, so it's something you always need to get off. When a fight's booked, you need to get it off your chest. When you sign the dotted line or something, I think that when you sign that pro contract or something, especially pros, I think a lot of pros, especially in the UFC and things like that, pull out with injuries and things like that to avoid hard fights.
Yep.
To avoid being cut or things like that, you know, because they know it might be their last chance. I think it's weak. I think if you're going to get cut and you're not at that level, you're going to get cut anyway.
Yeah, that's true, man.
You might as well go out there and give it your best shot, you know. Every week we had 2 UFC events on the weekend.
Yep.
And every week we see fighters that we think, hey man, if one of these 2 fighters don't win, they're getting cut, you know. And I think those 2 fighters in that fight know that whoever loses this fight is getting cut, but they still go ahead with it and they still do it. Why? Because they're the real fighters, not the people that pull out with fake injuries and try and secure themselves like that. I know you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand, man. But before we go on to the UFC, it's kind of surprising because an old colleague of mine.
Hey.
Yeah. An old colleague of mine is very close to the French fighters within this region, and he was texting me, telling me that he just sent an appeal to ONE FC to get this guy on, Maurice Rimbon. And I want to talk a little bit about him because you told me that a lot of promoters aren't that interested because of his age.
Yep.
Is that a problem with MMA nowadays? Like, this guy is legit, man. He fought so many top
Let me
guys.
tell you something. See, look at that. Look at that. This, right? Let's go to his losses.
All right.
He fought Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. He went to a decision with him. He went 3 rounds with him in 2008. When some people could say he was in the best form of his career, you know, maybe a bit earlier, but he's still fighting and he's still in good form right now. You got Alistair Overeem, right? And I think it says there triangle choke, but I'm pretty sure it was a guillotine.
Okay.
I think it was a guillotine, as far as I'm concerned. But man, this guy is the fucking shit, right? He's extreme. Look, Peter Graham, Anthony Parash, who's in the UFC. Peter Graham, who's in Bellator still, who just fought in the 4-man tournament in GFC. His last loss was to Rico Rodriguez.
Yep.
Who is legit. 2009, split decision. And let's forget, 2 fights ago, he beat DJ Lindemann. DJ Lindemann as well, if anyone knows, is a legit fighter.
Yep.
You know? He's versing good guys, and he's going for it, you know? He's 37 years old, and
there was a promotion that wanted him,
Okay.
and this is just what I've been told.
Uh-huh.
I've met Moise, really nice guy, extremely big and scary, but a very nice guy. When he was at Phuket top team, there was what I heard. There was a company that was interested in him. Now, that company had a tournament,
Uh-huh.
and he wanted to be in that tournament.
Okay.
He didn't. They said to him that they'll offer him a contract, but they won't put him in the tournament. The reason for him being in the tournament is because they think he's extremely likely to win the tournament, and they don't want him to be the champion of their organization because of his age, and because it's hard to market him. Now, I believe that if you're the shit, if you're the man, you're the man. Whether it's your age or not, I couldn't care. How old is Daniel Cormier? 35, 36?
Yep.
Man, he could be... The light heavyweight division is probably the most, like, crowned division in the UFC, you know? And if, like, let's think about the champions. You had Randy Couture, you had Chuck Liddell, you had... you got John Burns-Jones now, you know. You've had Tito back in the day. You've had Rashad Evans. You've had Shogun. You've had Lyoto Machida. All these big names, right?
Yep.
Now, Daniel Cormier, I think, is extremely likely to win, or like extremely possible for him to win and beat John Burns-Jones. I think it can happen, right? And if he wins, I don't think anyone's going to be upset about it, or it's going to be hard to market. The guy's done what he has to do and beaten the right guys. Now, if this guy can go into an organization and beat the right guys, what difference does it make how old he is? Randy Couture, okay, fair enough. He's been in the UFC for so long, but was a champion in his 40s.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's nearly hitting 50, or he has hit 50 maybe. If he comes back into the UFC, I'm gonna watch him fight. I don't care about his age, like, you know what I mean? Because I think that he could still put up a good fight. You know what I mean? But that's just me. That's what I believe. Moise is an extremely talented fighter. He's an amazing boxer. He's got some toe kicks that will break your ribs. And he's scrappy. You know what I mean? You look at his record, 20 and 9. Some might say it's all right, but that's a lot of fights. If you look at it, he's only lost. All his losses have pretty much been by decision, 1 TKO and 1 submission, right? Yep. And then you look at his finish rate, and his finish rate is even higher, submissions and TKOs. The guy's doing the right thing, and I think he deserves to be treated like everyone else. So I think if there's a company like, I hear you just said 1FC have been looking for, like they've sent a plea for him to be in 1FC. Mm-hmm. I know that they've already tried to get him to 1FC, and and it could happen. This guy can fight from welterweight to light heavyweight to heavyweight. He'll fight anyone, and he doesn't care. And some people will say to him, "Why don't you just retire? You know, you're not going to get at that top level." But this sport owes him. You know, he fought Nogueira for like a couple $100.
My God.
You know, the sport of MMA owes Moise Rimban, and he's been kind of that forgotten fighter, that forgotten warrior. You know, I think a lot of people should like, he's someone that you got to respect and someone you got to look up to. He fought these guys when probably no one else did, and for no money, you know. And then you got fucking guys like Ben Askren getting 50 and 50.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's up there. I'm telling you right now. If you put him in the ring with Ben Askren, he'll beat the fuck out of Ben Askren.
Yeah, I forwarded the same email, the same plea they sent to 1FC to Rebel as well. So I'm hoping we can get him on, either on Rebel or One. I want to watch this guy fight.
I think it'll be a great fight. You know, he's with a good camp. He's in Thailand, Phuket top team right now. He's around good guys, and you know, he's. I say this in a nice way. He's a freak. I heard that, like, because I've met him twice. Well, I've been to Thailand twice, and I met him both times. And I went to Thailand. Didn't really get to speak to him too much. You know, he's a quiet guy. He doesn't speak much English. He speaks a bit of English, but met him, and what everyone was telling me was, like, he lives in Thailand. Half the time doesn't train, gets a fight, trains for 3 weeks, and beats the crap out of everyone. Has unbelievable cardio. He just still got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they say, imagine if they actually gave him a big contract, what he could do.
Yeah. My friend was telling me that he could fight at 70 kilos.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about 70.
Yeah, that's what my friend said. You just give him time, he can go for 70.
Yeah, I know he can fight at 77.
Mm-hmm.
I know he can fight at welterweight,
Yep.
and I think if he went to welterweight in that ONE FC division, he would wreak havoc. He would beat some people up.
Yeah, and one FC division needs, welterweight needs more people in, like more people inside.
That's it, and this guy can fight. You know, I think he would be a good buy for anyone. Rebel, ONE FC. You know, and I truly believe that this guy could fight with guys in the UFC. His last fight, he fought an undefeated Russian there. I think he might. I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was undefeated. Let's check. And he was a heavyweight. This guy was this roided up. Yeah, it's 4-0.
Yep,
roided up. Man, this guy was on some bloody steroids. He was huge, right? Moise beat the fuck out of him so bad. Ended up dropping him with a body shot. When he dropped him with a body shot, he tried to walk away because he felt bad for him.
Oh my god.
If you look at the video, he walks away, and you know Julio, the referee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Julio looked at him and he goes, "What are you doing? The fight's not over." Moise walked back and beat the shit out of this guy again. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And he felt bad for it. And he was like looking at Julio like, "What the fuck did you make me do that for?" But yeah, you know, he's a veteran, he's a pro, and he deserves a shot somewhere. So Rebel, yeah, man, if I could fight on the same card as someone like Moise, I'd be just as happy as fighting on the same fight as a UFC card. Like, this guy's a legend. This guy's cool as fuck. Cooler than ice, as they would say, you know? So yeah, it'll be awesome.
Alright, we move on to the happenings of this week. Let's start it off with Musashi and...
Wait, do we actually want to talk about the UFC?
Yeah, I have a little bit stuff. Like, Backroom was fun.
Yeah, I like this. You know, I was like, oh, bulldog. That's not a bulldog, but
yeah, but they call it a bulldog choke. I can't.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. You look.
When I was watching it, where is it?
This bulldog choke.
Oh, they called it a bulldog. Yeah, it's a modified bulldog.
Nah, it's a modified RNC.
Yeah, oh yeah, or that as well, you know. But it's from a bulldog position.
Yeah.
But then when I was listening to Dan Hardy and the other weird commentator, he was calling it an old school headlock. And you know what? When Rob Lacita won his fight via bulldog choke at Rebel FC, they were saying, "Oh, old school headlock," and I had to run up to someone and say, "No, it was a bulldog choke. Get it right." You know, but that was awesome. That was a cool submission, man. And he was a bit excited in the pre-fight speech. Yeah. Dropped a few F-bombs, apologized for it. But you know what? I like this.
Yeah, look at that.
Dancing. See, Reza Medali, just like myself, is Iranian, and the way he's dancing is like an Iranian. So I think they do that in training. Did you notice the canvas? They didn't have the sponsors.
They didn't have the sponsors because
they sent the canvas to the wrong place. They sent it to Brazil when they should have sent it to Germany.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. I like the dance. All my cousins dance like that.
Oh my God. I believe. Okay, if you win Ashraf, you should dance like that.
You know, not my style really. When I win, I kind of just like to be humble and shake my opponent's hand.
Alright, before we go on to the main event, I want to talk about this. This is some crazy shit.
Oh, I love this. That's some cool shit. Like, Andy Ogle. That could have been the fastest knockout in UFC history. That would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah. Like, what I understand was Andy Ogle was, there was a lot of trash talk about this fight. That's why Maximo Blanco went out with a bang.
I think it's awesome. You know what? I think, like, sometimes I get a bit worried. Like, does my opponent want to shake my hand? Does my opponent not want to shake my hand? And Andy Ogle, for some reason, seemed to think that he was going to touch gloves with his opponent. Now, when you're facing off and you're looking at your opponent, usually you kind of give a little hands up sign, like, yeah, we're going to do this?
Yep.
Sweet, we're going to do this. I don't know if Andy Ogle did that. Now, I watched Andy Ogle on The Ultimate Fighter, and I know I'm good friends with Ian Enty, and Ian Enwhistle knows him as well. Ian says he's a super nice guy. I think that he was too nice in this situation and thought, you know what? Maximo Blanco is not going to run up and flying front teep me to the face. I'll just try and touch gloves. But he ended up touching his foot touching his face onto Maximo's foot. It was cool for the highlight reel. you know what? I actually wanted it to kind of finish there, just so we could see maybe like a bit of history,
Yeah.
maybe fastest KO and thing. But we didn't get to see that. A gritty win from Maximo. You know, Andy did great to come back. You know, he's a real tough guy. He's 1-4 in the UFC, but I think that's the last time we'll see him in the UFC.
Yeah, he'll probably get cut. All right,
Yeah.
moving on to the main event.
Uh,
That
yeah.
was it.
You know what? You wonder sometimes which Mark Munoz is going to show up in the cage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Mark Munoz. You know, like unbelievable fan. And you know what? When he got knocked out by Lyoto, I was like, you know what? It happens. It's Lyoto. You can't touch him. He touches you, you're down. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like I don't know where his motivation was for this last fight. Masasi's obviously a classy guy, but I think his motivation hasn't been there lately, and I think he was for the first time interested in a fight. He went out there and he finished Mark Munoz, and you know, it's sad to see that for Mark Munoz. I'm a big he's a nice guy of MMA for me. You know, I think he's an awesome guy, and it's disappointing to see that, especially for him to never really be in the fight. But I think we'll see Mark Munoz again. Yeah, hopefully. I know he'll put on a better performance next time. But yeah, I think both the main events for this past weekend were pretty boring. You know, Masasi and Mark Munoz boring. Stipe Miocic and Fabio Maldonado again boring. 35-second TKO. I think they were both just boring fights. I think they were like I think Stipe and Fabio was the wrong fight to put on. Fabio's a tough guy, but he's obviously not that tough at a heavyweight as he is at light heavyweight. But then again, Stipe, he's a big guy. He puts his hand on you, you're going down. Masasi and Munoz, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not the fight that I wanted to see, you know. Maybe someone else wanted to see it. I never wanted to see it.
Okay, but the thing is, there is this big trend of a gable grip RNC nowadays in MMA, isn't it? Like they don't do the traditional way anymore, and I'm wondering which is a more effective one, because I've not been drilling with the gable grip rear naked choke. I've been doing the traditional way all the time.
Yeah, well, see, I think it comes down to there's nothing wrong. There's no such thing as something wrong there. The gable grip. Some people feel like they can get a tighter grip with the gable grip. Some people, you see the wrestlers use the gable grip more often than a BJJ practitioner. I think the gable grip at times when you get it far enough across and really behind the shoulder and you get your right elbow right into their back, and you're pulling, it's sometimes harder to defend, you know, when it's all the way across. You know, it's on preference. They're both just as effective as each other. It depends on how you use it. I like to use more of a gable grip at times, but then again, I don't even realize when I'm rolling. Sometimes I'll get a gable grip, and sometimes I'll grab my bicep and put my hand slide my hand behind the head.
Yes.
You know, I think it for me it's just a moment thing. You know, whether I can get a gable grip or not. But yeah, it's really on the person. There's nothing wrong with either one of them. It just depends on how you use it.
Alright, man. When we want to talk about bullshit matchmaking, I thought that would be like all over 1FC Singapore this weekend, but 1FC Singapore was so good. Like I was banned from the media area, so it was good for me, so I could just.
Why were you banned?
I think
Did you just not get a pass?
Yeah, okay. Do you remember Ariel Helwani was banned in one UFC media event?
Really?
Yeah,
didn't know.
Ariel was banned in a media. In the whole arena for one event in UFC.
Why is that?
I'm not too sure, because basically I think Ariel kind of pissed Dana White off with some pretty tough questions or something like that, and they didn't have him interviewing fighters at the end of the show.
So
on
who'd you
Fox.
piss off?
I think I pissed off a lot of people. That's why I was banned from the media area. But
Yeah.
I did manage to get a ticket, and I was sitting in the fan area, and I was so happy with the whole event. Even though Ben Askren won, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Where
god.
are we gonna start?
Let's
Yeah.
start. Did you watch Casey?
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think we all kind of knew that this was gonna happen.
Yeah, we all kind of knew this is gonna happen. Like, I don't think Steven have the adequate experience in the cage yet, and I just spoke to him, and he told me that he's gonna get some rest. But yeah, this kind of fights I believe would help him improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey is just too good.
I'm not too sure with the degree of wrestling or BJJ, but what do you know much about Casey on the floor?
Yeah, Casey is a legit submission grappler. He have been in tournaments for almost all his life until he
Yeah.
started doing MMA at 33. He's now
Yeah,
37
I
years
know.
old.
I know he was you know what? I knew that it was a striker versus a grappler.
Yeah.
I don't know the degree of grappling that Casey's got, but you could tell. Was Casey 3-0 before this fight?
Yes.
You know, he had a bit more experience than Steven, and yeah. I knew that this was gonna happen. Steven's a nice guy, but I think he just needs to work on his wrestling and ground a bit more. He's training with Sylvia. Yes.
Steven. Yep.
Yeah. So maybe that Gracie Jiu-Jitsu needs a bit more work.
Yeah. But he'll come back better. Steven is just 21 and he still
Yeah,
wanna
he is a
fight.
young guy.
Yeah, he still want to fight. Like I spoke to Casey. Casey told me that like this guy is lucky he's only 21. If I were to start MMA at 21, I would become a champion right now. You know, that kind of thing.
Casey would be a great fight again for my brother. I just keep trying to like put my brother's name into everything. You know? Someone will catch on.
Yeah, Casey was a great fight. Would be a great fight, brother.
Yeah. I see. I watch all the bantamweights. I watch all the featherweights. Like I look at featherweights and I'm like, you know, one day I could fight this person, or, you know. So
your fighters fight this person.
yeah, always. You know, because I think when I like we've been open now for 2 years, and some of the people that we versed, like I would have been like, man, fuck, I would have never believed that we'd fight this person, or even myself, you know, even be on the same show as some of these people, you know what I mean? When I fought a Rebel, 2 years into me training, because when we opened up the gym, I wasn't the fighter. My brother was the fighter. He's been training for longer than me. I started training when we opened up this gym. You know, I was the commercial kid behind the desk. I was the desk guy, and I run the business, and I just kind of wanted to start doing it. And I never thought when I started 2 years ago now, that in under 2 years I would be like 18 months into me doing it, I'd be on Rebel and I'd be fighting on the same card as like someone like Rob Lacida, Lion Takeshi, Alberto Mina, who's now in the UFC. You know, a lot of big names that were on that show. You know, so I think anything is possible. So then when I look at guys in ONE FC, I think, man, it's extremely possible for one of our fighters to fight against ONE FC guys. You know, like Sam K's fought Chris Lockdeff, who's in ONE FC as well. You know, so I think the MMA community is still growing, but it's still small enough for everyone to fight each other. You know.
Yeah, man. All right, moving on. I can't get any visuals on Nick versus Brad, and I was actually quite surprised because at the start, Brad got him Nick's back on the cage, and Nick was doing well with the pummeling and the underhook, so Brad didn't get him down, and that was pretty much Nick's footwork for the whole fight.
Yeah.
And it was I'm kind of being a fuck ass for saying this, but it was a good thing that Nick actually broke his leg, because on the third round they did stand in the pocket and trade for a bit. So if not, Nick would have run around the cage for the whole 3 rounds.
Yeah, you know, Nick did what he had to do to win. It was a close split decision, but there was the funniest thing when the photo that Brad, or I don't even know who put it up. Brad and Nick, I think, put it up, of Brad getting hit in the groin.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. But yeah, man, it was a cool fight. Nick and Brad, both awesome guys. I thought Brad might edge it out with a decision. Nick did an awesome job. You know, Nick's a super nice guy. And Nick did what he had to do to win. He's now 6-2.
Yep.
6-2. 6-2, and he avenged his loss. I seen they updated his Sheer Dog record, you know. So that's 2 wins in a row for him now in 1FC. So hopefully now we can see him fight in 1FC. Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Why was this a catchweight bout?
Because Nick fights in at the welterweight division and Brett fights in middleweight, so they
Oh,
kind
okay,
of
yeah.
meet in the middle.
So Nick will next be fighting it in the welterweight division.
He wants to cut to lightweight now.
Okay, cool. Let me think. 1 second. You know who you should put him up against?
Who?
Right, they should put him up against. Who's that guy that just beat? He beat the Indian fella. Oh, the Paki fella.
Peter Davis.
Yes, Peter Davis. Nick Harris versus Peter Davis. But aren't they friends?
They are in the same gym, but it would
Yeah,
work.
see, but that would be a cool fight though. I think that would be a cool fight. I know, because I remember Nick was saying that they were friends, but that would make a good fight.
Oh my god, I think Nick Harris is gonna kick the shit out of Peter Davis.
Yeah, well, that's my opinion too. So. I think only they will know. You know what? Yeah, I'm not a fan of teammates fighting each other, but hey.
Nah, but
Any-
I think if Nick goes to lightweight, they might put him up with Eddie Earl.
Yeah, that could happen, especially after the way he got KO'd on the weekend. You know, I think it's a fight that could make sense, Nick versus Eddie. But I don't know, would they want that fight after Eddie coming off a loss? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, they'd probably be confident that Eddie could beat Nick, so I think that might happen. Nick
Yeah.
has 3 more fights left. Next up is Radim versus Raymond Tan. I was quite surprised. I'm really surprised because I saw Radim in the submission grappling championship, and he did so very well with some legit blue belts. They were like young junior sambo champions in there and everything. And I saw him sparring with some of the top guys in Evolve, and he was really getting battered by Raymond in the first round.
Yeah. Man, I didn't actually get to watch the fight. I saw the highlights of it and everything, but I think we kind of knew that eventually the Evolve guy's gonna pull out on top. I think that's what they kind of expected, and they when they went back to their corner after the first round, he obviously got good instructions from his team and turned it around.
All right, man. Since you are watching the replay right now, you see that Raymond Tan is actually retaliating with his right hand. Should the referee have stopped the fight?
Well,
Because I believe. Okay, you watch it again.
Yeah, I'm watching.
He was in a good mount position, and he was throwing punches, and Raymond was actually retaliating.
I think retaliating off the bottom isn't always intelligently defending yourself.
Alright.
You know what I mean? Like I can, if I'm half knocked out, I can kind of still throw my arm up in the air. You know? Yeah, it's still not intelligently defending yourself. You're still getting punched, and you know, I think we saw a fight on the weekend get stopped with the Team Lakai fighter.
Mark Diva,
Yeah, Maki Diva, man, tough guy,
Yep.
super tough guy.
he took a lot
You
of
know?
shots.
Took a lot of shots, but he took a lot of shots, you know, even though he was still standing. We're not boxing. We're not those sports that are going to give you an 8 count and let you keep going. Man, he's going to have some brain injuries after that fight, because he's one tough motherfucker that I was watching. And I was just thinking that the whole time. Mark Diva is a super tough guy, but yeah, he wasn't intelligently defending himself, which is why it was stopped. Now, throwing your hands back, if you're on the bottom and you're getting your face punched in and you're throwing your hand back and it's not actually scoring, it's not intelligently defending yourself. You're still trying to fight, but I think that's your heart and your pride fighting back, not your brain.
Yeah, man. Moving on. The next fight was quite a bit of a disappointment. Alan Ngalani versus Louis Perry. I knew that. I kind of knew that. Once Ngalani got hit, and that was it. And he got hit in the grind, and that was it.
Yeah, that kind of stopped it, didn't it?
Yeah, man. But the start of the night, the spark of the night, this.
Oh, you know what? Watching this soccer kick, I don't know, like, he obviously did really play soccer because you see the way he throws his leg over the leg, right? And he just connects shit onto the head. I remember me and Yupa watching this, and it was fucking awesome. Yeah, man, that's pretty sweet.
The thing is, I think Major played a bit of mind games with Bruno because in the lead up to the fight, Major says that he wants to grapple him and he wants to beat him at his own game. He wants to submit him and so on and so forth. But from the first round onwards, Major was throwing the left-right combination all over. And in the end, it landed, and that soccer kick was just perfect. That's like that's the most technical soccer kick I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, man, it's actually my dream to throw a soccer kick in an MMA fight. I think it's the coolest thing in the world, you know. A lot of people like it's brutal and this and that. Man, punching someone in the face is pretty brutal. Be able to soccer kick them in the face, that's fucking awesome. If 1FC went like. 1FC are eligible to go to America or something, right? If they really wanted to put a show in America, they could do that, right?
They could if they want.
But would they be allowed to have soccer kicks?
I don't think so. It depends on which state do you go to, because different states have different rules.
Aha. So like anywhere in like so Singapore and all these states, they can do soccer kicks, right?
Yeah, in Asia, pretty much they can do soccer kicks.
Asia is the coolest place to fucking fight.
Yeah, because there's no commission. Malaysia just started a commission, but I don't know. I think they still let you do soccer kicks.
Yeah, see the way he throws that leg over, he connects like the inside of his heel, like you know that little bone that you've got on like near your Achilles. He like just gets that straight on his temple or something, man. That is that's awesome. Oh, my brother told me to go for Major, and I obviously went for Bruno because I think everyone else did as well.
Yeah.
You know, so man, Major did awesome. Let's see who he fights next.
Yeah, Major even went for himself on the predictions, like.
Yeah, obviously. He's not gonna vote for Bruno.
Oh man, I don't know who they would put Major up next. Maybe I have a feeling they're gonna put him up with Honorio or something.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, it is a pretty big jump, but I think that's the fight they should line him up with. Bruno probably gonna get Shannon or something. I don't know.
Shannon?
Yeah.
Who's Shannon?
Shannon Warachai. He soccer kicked Mitch Chilson twice.
Oh really?
Yeah, he soccer kicked an Evolve guy twice. Like first time he soccer kick and it turned into a no contest because there was some problem with the rules. Then after that they made a rematch and he soccer kicked him in again. So
does anyone know, do you know if Roger Huerta is still signed by 1FC?
Roger Huerta should still be in 1FC.
Yeah, because I saw something like just the other week that 1FC fighter Roger Huerta, and I was like, the fuck? I'm like, he had one 1FC fight. Is he still fighting in 1FC or?
I think he's still signed under 1FC because that's how 1FC works. They don't usually take you for one fight contract.
Yeah, so hey, if he's there, I want to see him fight. So yeah, see him get chucked into that. Still want to see him go back to lightweight, not welterweight. He's not big, so yeah. Could you just hold on one second? Sorry.
Alright, you see someone actually opening the gym door, and yeah, he's just to let you guys know, Suman have always been streaming from his gym. It's like a drive from his house, but I don't know, he just likes to come to his gym to do the Monday Night Mayhem program. And you guys are watching Major and Bruno Pucci and the soccer kick heard around the world. Who's there,
I'm back.
man?
Some lady just knocked on the door, but I think she was drunk. No, like seriously.
Does that happen often?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like we're next to a police station. Like a gym's connected to a police station next door, and across the road is a railway station as well. So people come off train. There's a police station, and then this lady just came up, and she's like, "Listen, the cops aren't helping me," and I'm like, "Lady, I'm a fighter. What do you want me to do?" I'm not gonna
Good. Do so. My car's outside. She's like, "Can you give me a lift?" I'm like, "I'm on the show. Leave me alone." Listen, I'm all for helping people as long as you're not on drugs or drunk.
All right, man. The next fight is Fodor versus Willie Nee. We know what will happen. Willie Nee just got him in a guillotine choke, and after that, Fodor just got out, and it was a perfect Kimura. The details were all there. I mean, an Americana.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like you said yourself, we knew Fedor was gonna win. Um, like, is this his second or third UFC ONE FC fight?
It's his third ONE FC fight. He
Who-
beat Tommy Yang, lost
Yeah.
to Colosa, and
Yeah.
now
See,
just beat Willie Nee.
I think the Colossa fight like threw him back. You know, I think that was a tough fight for him, and he fought Tommy Yang. Um, Man, I don't know what's really next for Carlos. You know, who maybe Nick Harris versus Carlos Fedor.
Oh my God, Nick Harris gonna get his ass whooped.
Carlos is pretty good. Carlos is pretty good. Nick Harris is pretty good. But like, it's like, where do you see the step up in competition? You know what I mean? Nick's a game guy.
Yeah, he's a
That-
game guy.
He's a game guy. That's one thing, and I like how he's so cocky and loves, and how much he loves himself. You know, it reminds me of myself. So it's pretty good. Like, where do you see him? So, like, cause I really don't see enough names. Like, who's Carlos gonna fight next in that
Folayang.
lightweight division? Folayang's the landslide, you know, an extremely hard fight.
Yep.
Would Carlos take a fight like that after just winning one fight, coming off a loss, then winning one against Willie Nee, who everyone knew was going to fight, and then going in against Folayang, who's a really tough matchup, you know? Is he going to take that much of a step up, or is he going to try and kind of coast through it?
Like, they might take Boku, but I think Boku's gonna cut weight too. Yeah, he's a small lightweight. Boku.
Maybe Roger.
Roger
Hey?
Huerta, Carlos Fodor. Oh my God, that's a great matchup.
I think that would be a good fight, you know? If Roger comes back, because Roger should not be a welterweight. Roger should be a lightweight. He is, like, to me, he's not a big lightweight even. You know, I've trained with Roger before. You know, and like I've stood next to him and seen the size of him. He's not a big guy. He's not a big welterweight. Oh, he's definitely not. He's a small welterweight. He's not a big lightweight. You know, he's a pretty muscly, well-built guy, but he's not a big lightweight. I've seen some lightweights that are fucking huge. You know what I mean? If you see someone like, if you're telling me that Moise can drop down to lightweight, he is the world's biggest lightweight.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, he's massive. But yeah, I think Carlos Fedor and Roger Huerta, awesome fight.
Yeah, that would be an awesome fight. Two big names.
Because I want to see Roger come back. And Roger's still training. I know he focuses more on training the guys, and that's why he hasn't really fought as much. And that's probably the reason why he's had a few of his losses. But man, Roger's still a great fighter, you know, and he can come back and make an impact, or he can beat some guys in that ONE FC lightweight division.
Yeah, man, Roger Fodor. I'm agreeing with that. I like that matchup. Moving on to, before we go to Eddie versus Vincent, it was the fight of the night. I can't get any footage on it. Jidamba and Honorio, you watched the fight?
I saw a little clip on it. I can't remember what I really saw, but I picked Jidamba to win the fight against Honorio. I think a lot of people had their hopes on Honorio, but I think Jidamba as well. I think he's kind of outclassed him a bit there.
Yeah, he did. Like, Honorio was doing very well in the wrestling game. First round, Honorio just kind of clearly won Jidamba. If you use UFC rules, Honorio got 10-9, but Janabang just came back and dished out a lot of damages. He had this beautiful roundhouse kick, spinning back fist combo, and I like.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That was super awesome. And I was thinking that if no one wants to fight Rob, I think Jidamba would fight Rob.
Oh, I think Jidamba would fight Rob too, and I know Rob would fight Jidamba.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be a great fight. Like, both guys are technical strikers and so on. But Rob already on his Facebook page says that he had something coming.
Yeah, he's gotten his fight contract.
Yep.
And he will hopefully be announcing that very soon. Where is it? I got my fight contract announcement coming soon. the Ruthless one will be back. It's gonna be big. So I don't know. Like, what do you think a big fight is?
If it's a big fight, it's either a title fight in Taiwan or it's a fight with Shinya in Taiwan. Those two are the biggest fight right now.
Yeah. Wait. Did you say a title fight with Shinya?
That title fight with Koji
Yeah. I was like,
or a
what?
super fight with Shinya.
Oh, a super fight with Shinya. Yeah. I don't think he'll be fighting one on the.
Taiwan.
No, not Taiwan. I don't think he'll be fighting anyone who just fought on the recent card. You know, I know how you said Jadamba, but I don't think Jadamba's organized a fight that quick. Yeah, man, I think seeing as a lot of people running scared, we could see him against Koji for the title. Does Taiwan have a main event yet?
No.
No. Well, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Koji for the title. Robert Lisita versus Koji Oishi, Taiwan. Hopefully, it happens, and we move to the next upset of 1FC.
Yes.
You watched? Did you watch some highlights of it?
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this.
What happened was Eddie straight away go for the shoot, and Vincent had so much balance, and Eddie was like pushing him from one end of the cage to the other end of the cage, and never got Vincent down.
Yeah. Man, like when I saw the clip, this part especially, when he runs back to hit him, I thought it was hilarious. Again, not many people counted Vincent into this fight. I think everyone thought that the evolved fighter, Eddie the Magician, would take out this fight. Vincent, again, just like Major, proved a lot of people wrong, you know. I think that he was brought there as another step for Eddie to step up. And he put that right hand on his chin and put him out, you know. That's some power. It's a good fight. It's a good KO. Boom! You see that?
Yeah.
You see, he's stepping back, and he plants his right foot down, and he steps his right hand right to him, you know. And the thing that makes it worse is Eddie's walking into him. Eddie's chasing him. Eddie thinks he's going to wobble here. Hits him with an uppercut, walks forward, boom, right hand. You know, it's double impact right there.
Yeah, man, I just love it when fighters are praying and he steps back. Like Chuck Liddell likes to use that punching when he will step back and give a punch and it was a knockout punch every time, almost every time.
Every punch Chuck throws except for a jab is a knockout punch.
Yeah, and the hilarious part is one of the guys on Facebook was saying that as a referee, when you want to stop a fight, who should you be stopping? Is it the guy who's gonna get attacked or the attacker? Like, oh my god, Shimada is like protecting Eddie from more punishment.
He is protecting Eddie from more punishment, but imagine this. Imagine you go and tackle the guy who just won the fight, and then as you're doing that, the guy that's on the ground doesn't know what happens, so he gets up and falls over and hits his head on the floor again.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it's why you have to stop the person that's on the floor, and that's why they don't let them get up too quickly after the fight. They try and hold their opponent down because the danger might not be that punch that they just received. It might be them getting up and falling and hitting their head again, which is actually the danger of a street fight, really. You know, people on the street go and they fight, and it might not be the punch that kills someone. It might be them hitting their head on the gutter. So I think we're protecting the fighter that's on the floor more than anything. I think the referees are doing the right thing.
And you think that it's an early stoppage because almost I think 70% of the crowd was involved, and when Vincent did that, I think I was the only one in my section jumping up and down screaming. Do you think it's a early stoppage? I don't think so.
Borderline. You gotta ask yourself this question: if you were a fighter, would you want that fight stopped?
I don't know, man. Like, he was almost out for half a second, then he got up again, and if he got up again, he would have been hit by a soccer kick or something, man.
Would you have stopped the fight between Chet Congo and Pat Barry?
Oh, wow, that's a hard decision.
See, the referee didn't, and then what did Chet Congo do? He came back and won.
Yeah, he came back and won.
And this is the number one question. My brother in his last fight fought a kid named Seb Taylor. Seb's a really tough guy, beat some really good guys, especially as he fought as
in Australia we have some funny rules about pros and amateurs. You know, amateurs can fight pros and pros can fight amateurs. It's pretty fucked up. But this kid fought some guys that were professionals as amateurs, and he actually beat them. And what happened is, in the first round, my brother was dropping elbows from half guard onto his opponent, and his opponent was not moving. You know, he was just dropping these elbows, and he was looking up at the ref, and he was actually counting when he was dropping the elbows. You know, and then after the fight, my brother TKO'd him in the second round, dropped him with a knee. He asked the referee, how close were you to finishing that, stopping that fight in the first round? And he goes, listen, I was pretty close to finishing in the first round. He goes, I was going to stop you because of those elbows. And my brother goes, why didn't you? Because he always likes to know what he did and didn't do from a referee's point of view. So we asked the referee, and the referee goes, if you were on the bottom and I stopped that fight, would you have been happy with that stoppage? And then my brother looked at him and said, you're a very good referee, and just let it go. You know, he said that he made the right choice, because if he was on the bottom there, he wanted to fight on, and I'm sure that his opponent would have as well.
Yeah, but I don't think they want to make a rematch after this.
Were people calling for a rematch?
Yeah, people were calling for a rematch, but I don't think it.
I don't think it's enough for a rematch.
It would benefit.
I think it was a decisive win, even though it's borderline. You know, stop like the way I look at it. Hey, if you listen to Rob Lacida before a fight, when he's talking to the ref in the ref's meeting, he goes, "Listen, you realize we're professional fighters, yeah? I'm willing to die in there. You realize that, right? You let me fucking die." He says that shit. He's crazy. You know, he says it, but that's the mindset that we go into this fight with, you know? If I go into a fight, I'm going with the mindset of I'm already dead. So what's the worst that could happen to me? If I'm already dead, what's the worst that could happen to me? You know, and that's the mindset I'm going to go into this fight with. So that's why if I'm put in a choke, put me to sleep, because I'm already dead. I'm already sleeping. You know what I mean? Knock me out, because that's what it's going to take. Put me to sleep, because I'm already dead. And that's how a lot of fighters look at it. You know, I'm sure Eddie wasn't happy with that because he wasn't dead. I'm sure he felt like he could have gone on. The referee saved him, maybe from more embarrassment, but yeah, like I don't think anyone can complain and say let's do a rematch. I think Eddie could have fought on. He might have copped the soccer kick, but you can't really complain with the stoppage.
Yeah, man. Just want to point out. I saw the Fight Matrix rankings. Like Eddie was 100 plus. Now he's out of the 500 range.
Yep.
Bruno was 200 plus or 300 plus in the rankings, and he's now out of the 500 range as well. Major just jumped to 444.
Yeah. See, that's what happens. If you're a ranked fighter, a highly ranked fighter, say you're 120, Fight Matrix goes up to 450. If you're not in those rankings, or you're a really shit ranking, like 400, you don't take that person's spot, but you drop a lot of spots. Yep. If you're 100 and something and you lose to a number 400, you're going to drop 100, 200 spots.
Yeah, man. I saw...
That's the risk. That's the risk of fighting someone. When you're ranked high in Fight Matrix, right? The risk of you'll lose less spots if you're 120 and you lose to 80. You'll lose less spots than you will if you lose to number 400. So you got to really realize: do you want to build your record, or do you want to fix your ranking? I think that your ranking sometimes could be just as important as your record.
Yeah, man. Moving on to the main event, Bakhtia was like 136 in middleweight division, and he is not non-ranked after losing to Ben Askren. He's now number 236 in the welterweight division. So if you lose to someone high up in the Fight Matrix rank, you don't drop your rankings that much.
Nah, not as much as you would if you lost to an unranked guy. That's why it's really pointless for someone like who's rated in the top 10 to fight someone 100 spots below them, because you know what could happen to his ranking if he lost to someone like Bakhtia. Man, his ranking would have been fucked. Now, I don't think enough people are looking at the rankings now, but the UFC are looking at the rankings. These top promotions are looking at the rankings, and I think Fight Matrix, if you've been doing your research on it lately, is actually a really smart and great way to rank guys.
Yep.
You know, it's really a great mathematical way to rank guys, and it's not biased.
Yep.
You know, so I think it's good. More people should really look into it. And if you want to be legit, if you want to say, hey, we've got the number 10 guy. If you're not in the UFC or ONE FC or something, if you want to say, hey, I've got this guy in this ranking, like I've got the number 10 guy. We've got the number 10 guy fighting the number 20 guy in the world. You know, that you guys should go off that just as much as you should off a shit on record. Records don't mean shit in MMA.
Yeah, record
No,
don't
it's-
mean shit. Yeah.
They don't mean shit in MMA. You know, you could come off and lose a couple fights, but you've fought the best guys and then come back and win a few fights. We see guys, I've seen guys coming off 2 losses, going into the Ultimate Fighter house, and then winning the Ultimate Fighter and winning how many fights?
Yep.
You know what I mean? We've seen stuff like that, and that's where it's important.
Yeah, it's always about the credibility of the opponents that you fought, rather than the wins that you had.
That's it. That's how I see it. So yeah, it's cool. Like if you're not a ranked fighter and you fight other non-ranked fighters, that's one thing until you maybe crack into the thing. But I think once you're ranked, you should aim for a higher ranking. So if you crack that top 450 and you're number 444, go for number 400. Then go for number 300. Then go for number fucking 200. Then go for number 50. You know what I mean? Like, look to see how you're gonna push yourself forward. And then when you try and sell yourself to a promoter, you say, "Listen here, motherfucker. This is why you pay me 6 and 6 because I'm ranked number 50 in the world." Or if you want to say, "Hey, pay me 20 and 20. It's because I'm ranked number 40 in the world. I'm ranked number 80 in the, you know what I mean? If you want to sell yourself and you're asking for that money, fight the right guys.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. That's perfect advice. Moving on to the main event, something surprised me. Bakhtiar actually took down Ben Askren sky high. Did you watch that?
No, actually, I didn't. You have that on me.
Yeah, at the start of the round.
I told you I will not watch a Ben Askren fight.
No, but the thing is, at the start of the round, Bakhtiar just shoot for the takedown, and Ben Askren was halfway mid-air, and he fell down, and then Ben Askren got control, and it was
Then that happened.
and that happened. Yeah, triangle choke.
Hey, but like we said, I said he was either going to get a submission or a TKO victory. I'm happy he at least finished someone. I mean, that's the best thing I could say about this. Because I'm sure that people paid for the pay-per-view and everything, and people went there. And no one wants to see Ben Askren in the cage for 15 minutes. So Ben Askren did everyone a favor by finishing it in 4 and letting everyone go home.
Yeah, but I thought that he would have done it. Like for the last 3 minutes of the fight, Ben Askren was like holding his back, holding Bakhtiar's back, holding Bakhtiar's leg, and just giving punches with his right hand. And I thought it's gonna happen for the next 3 rounds. And thank God he finished Bakhtiar. Oh my God! And he was so cocky in the post-fight interview. He was saying, Suzuki, you can just give me this belt, or I can take it the hard way. And I think that a perfect place for the fight to happen would be in Japan. Like Ben Askren could be the #1 heel and go in and say, you know, I'm gonna beat your champion so easily and so on and so forth. I'm better than your champion and so on and so forth. And Japan will hate him. Yep.
The worst part about this is he probably will.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, you know, it breaks my heart so much. So, you know, hey, he's making money.
Yeah.
Good on you.
But
like, stop talking. I've heard him talk about his legacy. Stop talking about your legacy. There's no legacy yet. No legacy.
there's no legacy until you beat someone credible, and then you can have legacy. Like, I still don't believe you're still the #8 in the world.
No, he probably is in the top 10 because he could probably beat some of those guys in the top division. But like, let's remember, we're in an entertainment sport. You know what I mean? He might be thinking, oh, let me just collect my paycheck. But why are we paying and rewarding someone who's not entertaining? You know what I mean? Like, fuck. What do you... What do you want?
I don't know, man. Okay,
Seriously, like, how can you reward someone who's not entertaining? Now, Evolve, great job for getting Brent Askren into your gym. That's awesome. He's a great wrestler. He's a great MMA fighter. But the fact of the reality is he's not entertaining. You know what I mean? He doesn't sell you pay-per-view. People did not watch this pay-per-view for Ben Askren. No one did.
yeah, that's true.
Like, I doubt anyone did.
Yeah,
People
but actually, they did. Some did. Wrestlers, Singaporean wrestlers did. They actually paid money just.
Yeah, I've got Singaporean wrestlers on my Facebook, and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, fucking Ben Askren, fuck you, Ben Askren." No, man, I wanted to watch this for the guys that I really wanted to watch. Guys like Eddie, guys like Major and Bruno, even Singaporean guys like guys that are in Singapore like Steven, you know, Karas Fedor. These guys are the guys that I want to watch because they're selling the fight. They won the fight. Like, look at Major. At the day of the weigh-in, he went all Hulk mode on that shit.
Yeah.
He put on a show. He's a showman.
Yes, he is.
You know what I mean? That's awesome. You know, you got to praise someone like Major. You know, I know Eddie losing was a big disappointment, and everyone had their raps on Eddie, and I know I thought Eddie was going to win as well. You got to praise people like Eddie. You got to praise people like Vincent as well, his opponent, who came in as the underdog and took over when no one else gave him raps. Major, no one gave him raps. Everyone voted against him except for himself. And you know what? He proved us all wrong. You got to give that guy raps. You got to give credit where credit is due. Now, I'm not going to give credit to Ben Askren for doing what we all knew he was going to do against a shit. And I'm not saying a shit opponent as in he's not a good fighter. I'm saying shit by Ben Askren's standard. You know, he's fought some good guys. And I don't doubt that he's one of the top guys in the world. But we all knew that was going to happen. So why should you get on the mic and be such a cocky fucking prick and say that you're going to do this and that? Like, that's not you selling your show. Like, turn around and say, you know, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm here to finish fights. I'm here to finish all the best guys. Who's next? Don't be saying that you're the best in this and that. Just say that you're here to fight the best and do what you're paid to do. What you're paid 50 and 50 to do. You know what I mean? Guys like Major ripping off their shirts and jumping at this chance to fight.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the guys that I'm really looking to watch now. Like I can't wait to watch the next time Major fights because I know he's going to bring something exciting to the table. Even Eddie, I know he's going to bring something exciting to the table. Vincent, going to bring something. Casey, I want to see Casey fight again. You know, I want to see if he can do the same thing again, if he can dominate and grapple like that again. I want to see if Karas Fedor is going to verse a higher level opponent. Maybe see Roger Huerta. I'm not too interested in Ben Askren, and that's just not me hating him. It's just because I'm not interested in what he's doing.
Yeah, I understand. I totally understand you, man. If Ben Askren was fighting UFC level guys, I would be interested to watch it.
Yeah, 100%. If Ben Askren, and everyone says, "Oh, what a boring fight," Ben Askren fighting GSP, I'm gonna watch that fight just because, hey, finally he's fighting someone who can probably give him a run.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Ben Askren versus Johnny Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks will whoop that ass.
Yep.
You know? So I'd love to watch that fight. Him against Tyrone Woodley. There's so many good guys that can wrestle with him and can strike with him and can give him such a headache. Guys like Bakhtiar giving him a headache.
Yeah, he should have gone to WSOF. I know that Jake Shields versus Ben Askren would be boring, but I still want to know who would win.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I think Ben Askren will win that fight.
Jake Shields. Ben Askren would win John Fitch.
Yeah, I think he could beat John Fitch. I think John Fitch would give him one of the hardest fights he's ever had.
Josh Bergman.
Josh Bergman is a hit and miss. He's either really good or real shit. I don't know with Josh Bergman.
And who's the WSOF welterweight champion now? Oh my god. I think his name just slipped off my...
Tyler, is it Tyler Still? No?
Oh my god. I need to find out.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
if he went there, I think...
Wait, isn't it Husama? Oh no, he's...
Steve
Is he
Khan?
big one? No, he just lost it to Husama Paharis, didn't he?
Yes. Oh my god. Paharis versus Ben Askren. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, fucking Husama's a nutcase.
That's the thing.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, he
He's-
should have gone to WSOF. Oh my god. That would make so many good fights for Ben Askren.
Listen, I like watching ONE FC. I think ONE FC is an exciting brand of fighting. I like the soccer kicks. You know, I think there's two, and some people will crucify me for saying this.
Uh-huh.
I think there's too many mismatches sometimes in ONE FC.
Yes, there are too many mixed matches sometimes in one
There's
FC.
too many mismatches in ONE FC. Now, the main reason for that is
Mm-hmm.
because they want local support. So when they want local support, what do? They get guys like Peter Davis or someone. They look after them,
Yep.
And I'm not saying that ONE FC are doing the wrong thing, because sometimes it is a good thing to do to protect the fighter, to give him a bit more of a head start. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, uh, protecting the fighters too much is going to backfire in your face. And things like this happen. When you protect the fighter too much, you get guys like, we thought as well, Eddie was going to walk through Vincent. And what happens, a big upset happens, and then people start calling for a rematch. You know what I mean? And I don't think ONE FC would be too happy about things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to find this. There was this very good article by Bradley Walton talking about Ken Crushing, because there was this one guy that just entered the UFC and he's 9-0, and all his opponents was like 0-3, 0-7.
Yeah, I say that. I say that. There was one guy 0-9 and things like that.
Yeah, and it was a great article, and it was saying that.
He's fighting Jake Matthews. Oh, do you have Boyd Clark on Facebook?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if you go to Boyd Clark's Facebook,
Yep.
he posted it up about a week ago. Yeah. If you
Yeah,
get
it
down.
was. This is the there was this. This is the kind of articles that we are lacking in.
Yeah, man. I think not many, enough people are game enough to say it. Oh, wait. What date are you at? Oh, I think you're going too far back now. It's around the time when Ian Entwistle announced his UFC thing. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, where are we? No, it should be around this time. I don't know. He might have taken it down. Yeah, must have taken it down or something. But man, I think more people need to say it. It's nothing against the promotion. It needs to sometimes happen. I understand what they're doing,
Huh?
but at the same time, like, how long do you want to do it for? Like I said, if you do it for a guy's first 3 or 4 fights, you can understand. You're trying to guide your guy into a thing, and everyone does it. Whoever says they don't do it, is lying. They guide their guys into a way, but there has to come a time when you step up. Not having a guy go 0-3, fighting a guy 0-3, 0-1, 0-9, 11-12, 0-9, 0-9, fucking 0-1.
Yep.
He's fighting the guy's fighting, what's his name? Jake Matthews.
Yep.
Jake Matthews' opponent in the UFC. Now, there's no point of doing that and then jumping up into the UFC.
Yeah. Okay. I give up on the
But
article.
look,
Mhm.
you see, you know who's laughing about all this? We say, oh, it shouldn't be done, but this guy's in the UFC. So
Man.
I think he did what he had to do.
Come
and
on. But so what? You get a 3-fight contract. Let's say, what's the worst you can get? 6-6, and then you get beat up, and that's it.
Nah, see, I wouldn't be happy with that. But it happens in UFC. And I didn't think it would happen in the UFC like that guy's record, 9-0 with all chumps. You know what I mean? There's a guy in ONE FC who's got that. There's a guy in Rebel who's got that. In every promotion, there's that one guy that's got that shit. They've beaten nobodies and they talk themselves up.
Yep.
So I didn't think it would happen in a promotion like the UFC, because I'd really like to see what this. I don't even know what the fucking guy. Oh, Deshaun Johnson.
Deshaun Johnson.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. Yep.
That's his name, Deshaun Johnson.
Yeah, Deshaun.
If you look at him, I wonder what he's ranked on Fight Matrix.
Deshaun.
I think it's DAS. Yeah, and he's a welterweight. DAS HON.
HON.
Yeah, Space Johnson.
He's not even ranked. Go just to check your spelling. Can you go into Google and put his name in? Oh well, yeah, or that would work. Oh yeah, here we go. No, he's not. He's not ranked.
Not even in. Deshaun Johnson.
MMA, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you see. Look, the guy is not even ranked in fight. He's not even in the top 450 in the world.
And he's in the UFC.
And he's in the UFC now. 9-0.
No,
now,
I don't mind you being 9-0, but you don't 9-0 cans.
But look, wait, hold on. I want to see if he's fought the same guys a few times. Has he?
Yeah, Kenneth Johnson. No.
Look at Jordan Delano.
No, he didn't. Yeah, twice.
Hey, can you go to the guy that he went to a split decision with? Because I think that's the only decent guy he's versed, and he was like 11-12.
Brady Harrison. Yeah, he's 12-11.
That's 12-11. There you go. You know what I mean? He is the only guy. See how I knew that at the top of it?
Look at this, bro.
Look at that. 0-12. This guy has been everyone's stepping stone.
My God,
Yeah, you know what the problem? You know why? Because he's independent. But like, look, he's a featherweight. He's a featherweight. That's what's even funnier.
Yeah.
And Deshaun Johnson's a lightweight. Team Explode. Look at the promotion he's fought on. No, look at the promotion.
Okay. But they have Robbie Peralta.
Robbie Peralta can kiss my ass.
Explode. He has been on Explode.
He's been on his own on his coach's promotion.
Oh my God, this team. Like, I have to put light on
Look at Robbie Peralta. He's a legit fighter.
Yeah,
Awesome fighter.
Like, who else do
They don't have any.
they have? Yeah, only Robbie Peralta.
Yeah.
Yeah, his team Explode. So,
Man. Okay, wait, hold on. So he was 7-0, just fought a guy and went to a split decision. Go to Ray Carter, please. Where he's 30. Who gets Bravo choked in 34 seconds? You know what I mean? 0-2.
Yeah, freelance.
Oh man, this guy's crazy. What's freelance mean?
I don't
it's
know. Is that a team?
I think it's just an independent type thing.
Yeah, it's an independent type team.
Yeah. These guys from all around the world. You know what? If I ever, I think freelance sounds better than independent.
International top team.
International top team, but like, oh man, like, so, hey, we'll get. I heard that from someone that he's actually a legit fighter. Like, someone actually wrote something and said he's a legit fighter. How can you see if he's a legit fighter when he's fought bums? Like, you'll never know until you put him up with those top guys. Did he have any amateur fights?
No.
No, fuck man, this guy's crazy.
He's 26 years old and he's like kind of.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You know what you should do? Go to Explode Fight Series. Go to the show, the last one that he had against Jordan Delano. The last show. So okay, this is they had 39 fights. 39 fights, and look how all of them finished. How many decisions are in here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 36 fights.
39, yeah.
39. That. Now, one other thing. How many of... Oh, look. Here's another independent person in fight number 37 against Angel Cruz. This guy fought... Got Fleming? Yeah. Now, if you see this guy... Look at this. And he fought Deshaun Johnson. So they have all these shit independent guys to build people's records. And look what show he's fought on every time.
This is happening in Singapore, bro.
It's happening where?
Singapore.
On what shows?
Rebel? The last Rebel amateur shows is the Premier Gyms versus the Independent.
Yeah, but fuck, some of those independents were actually game.
Yeah, the Independents were game.
You know what I mean? Like, these guys are fucking shit.
What
you know what?
TKO retirement, oh my god.
Oh, that's just giving up. Like, that's tapping in the air. You know what I mean? I swear, if I ever want to build my record, I'm going to America, go to Team Explode. You know, I'm going to say, motherfucker, give me some fights. These guys are fucking horrible.
I'm gonna sign a contract with Explode Fight Series, go 10-0 and make it to the UFC. This is fucking horrible. Look, and this guy has not even gotten out of the first round.
Yeah. Oh my god, I feel so
He
bad
hasn't even got
laughing
to
at
the
him.
third minute. He
Yeah,
hasn't
he
hit the
did.
third minute. You would think someone would give up. We have one fighter like this in Australia. One fighter like this. But you know what? He's actually fought good guys. He has a record like this, but he's fought good guys. You know what I mean? And people laugh at him. But this guy, on the other hand, like, I don't even know what to think of him. Like, fuck. I don't know, man. I'm done. Explode Fight Series,
No,
you're
what I want to show to the audience is that this fucking kills the sport, man. This just kills
But
the legitimacy of MMA.
it just turns it into it turns it into boxing.
Yeah, this is bad. This is bad stuff. This is really bad stuff, and it should stop. Like, that's why we need more people in the media talking about this, and I'm really one of them. And I'm pro Fight Matrix now after you've shown me, and that's the greatest way. And I've actually learned a bit of how Fight Matrix rank their fighters. It's almost like ELO. ELO is how you rank chess players and a lot of online games in the internet. So it's a very good way of formulating which fighters are really legit, and it's a good way of ranking fighters. So you guys out there want to find credible fighters, promotions everywhere, Fight Matrix is the place, and you can find really good fighters. Like Major is now 444, number 444 featherweight in the world. And you told me about giving reps on Major and overall. I was surprised until this day, and if I kind of regretted that I went on a trip to Tanjung Pinang in the weekend, because if I knew that there are no media outlets like cashing on Major's story and Vincent's story now, there's no media outlet now asking about that upset. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I'll follow up, and that's my job. I'm gonna do the good shit. I'll
Yeah, you
follow
know.
up with an interview with Major and his soccer kick, because right after the soccer kick went out, when Zombie Prophet did the gift, it went viral on Reddit. It went viral everywhere. That soccer kick was crazy, man. And nobody follow up with an interview article about the soccer kick and so on and so forth. Like, would the soccer kick be good, really good in the UFC and so on and so forth? There's nothing.
Yeah, man. Like I said, got to give credit where credit is due. So I think Major should get a bit more attention and a bit more praise for that fight.
And he was telling me that when that GIF went viral, he got like 200 plus friend requests right after the fight.
Yeah, man. When Ian Entwistle hit that heel hook,
Yep.
that was on
Cage Warriors.
the Cage Warriors, man. He said he got something like 15,000 followers on Twitter.
Yep. So
You know what I mean?
basically,
'Cause
that's how you become a legit fighter. You do some crazy stuff.
you turn into an overnight star
Yep.
by doing by being out of the box. Like I said, you're in the entertainment business. Now, how much is everyone gonna want to watch Major overall fight again?
Oh my god,
You know?
everyone's gonna
So
watch me.
yes, so what happens? He gets in higher demand. So say he has one more fight. Hey, Glenn Sparks fighting.
In Full Metal
Uh,
Dojo.
Yeah, don't worry about Full Metal Dojo.
Why?
Just yeah.
Okay, since Full Metal Dojo is going on, maybe we get some light on it. I don't know how good.
All right. Full Metal Dojo. In other words, what I like to call it, I call it Dare.
Uh-huh.
I call it the same thing.
Yeah.
It's by the same person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, John Nutt,
Yeah.
and they had the what was it, the $1 million tournament, or
Yeah, they had a $1 million tournament in there.
where'd the $1 million go?
I don't know.
Okay, so we offer $1 million, $1 million gone. Let's do another promotion. No, where the fuck's my $1 million?
Guys like Alex Shiles.
Yeah, I know. Alex is a real good grappler. He's from Tiger. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Sometimes goes and cross trains at Juggernaut. Really good grappler. Really good jiu-jitsu. Real slick. Amalo, you know, he's at Tiger right now. He's from Juggernaut as well.
Yep.
He's a Juggernaut dude as well. Extremely nice guy. So yeah, it'll be good to see him fight. Man, they got some good fighters that are going to be fighting in there. I don't doubt that, but
You
I
just
thought
gotta have something good to say about them. Oh my god.
I don't have many good things to ever say about people, you know. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Elder
yeah,
was
well,
saying John Knight wasn't there.
no, that's the information I was given. Maybe I was wrong. He was their MC
Yeah.
and works for them. So oh, he kind of kicked them to the side and was like, "I'm doing my own show, Full Metal Dope." So who was there then? If Alan Cole, you listening? Who was there?
Juicy Salantara. Yeah,
What the
I
fuck
spoke
is
to
that?
Juicy. He's a nice guy. Oh,
See,
okay, nice
I
guy.
was told that John Nutt was the man behind there.
I think John Nutt maybe made their popular.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. But see, like, I see that what I've been told is, their person noticed.
Yeah, nothing to do with Full Metal Dojo.
Oh,
Yeah. So I think
well,
they're a rival competition now.
yeah, but they won't be around anymore. I don't think. You know, so like,
I don't know. They have been posting a lot of pictures, but there's nothing concrete yet.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I just want to know where $1 million went, and I want to know what, like, how was it, 1 million baht or
I don't know, man. It was
that happened? Like, you know what I mean?
they're
Oh man,
just
hey, they got a cool fight. They got fucking Joe Ray versus Ole Larson.
yeah. That was a fucking cool
Fucking
fight.
Ole Larson is fucking legit. He's cool, and Joe Ray is one of the coolest guys I've ever met. One of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Yep.
You know, they got some good guys. They had Moist Rimbon on it. They had all these crazy Russians from PTT on it. They had some real good guys and some real good fights on that there. But we never got a. Yep. There we go. John Nutt was the face of the. Juicy was the money.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Well, that explains a bit. So I apologize for what I said, but from everything that I seen good things from there, but then I heard bad things, like as in the money and things like that, and then it kind of went missing, and I heard some fighters maybe didn't get paid, but I'm not sure on that. I can't actually speak on that.
The
That's
first
just
time I watched there was
rumors.
Shafiq's fight. Shafiq fought on there. Shafiq slash.
Did he?
Yeah, he fought.
Oh, the day before that.
Yeah, the day before that, he fought Slasher. Yeah, Slasher fought Donald Tong, if I'm not wrong, and he won that fight. And I saw the whole thing, and I'm like, how far can this promotion go? It's just so gimmicky and so edgy, and
Yeah, man. Like, I saw too many guys in like fucking James Bonds.
yeah,
fucking-
that's the thing.
and like sitting at fucking poker tables and looking shit and shit. You know, fuck. I don't know, man. Like, I think it was too gimmicky. Sometimes, like you said, too gimmicky. Sometimes you just want the fighters to fight and be themselves, not kind of what you pay them to be. You know.
Yeah, we look at Pride model and the UFC model. I still think if Pride was to this day, if Pride still exists, it would be still fucking huge with the production they have. But UFC is still as huge with not much production works. Like they don't have fireworks, they don't have like big stage, long ramps. It's just black. It's just a black curtain and the fighters goes out and with music and it works. The fights are the ones selling it.
Yeah, man. Like you said, the fighters are the ones selling it. They sell themselves. Whether you make someone come out in a fucking Harley or you put a suit on and call them a hitman and put gloves on them or something, doesn't make a difference, man. I want to watch a fighter. Like, look, Shafiq the Slasher. There's a background story on saying he got, like, I heard a scary story saying he got chased down by a gang and got slashed up. I seen Shafiq. He doesn't have that many cuts on him. You know, you know what I mean? Shafiq's a nice guy, but the name's appealing.
Yeah.
The story's appealing.
Yep.
And I think that's all you kind of really need. I don't think you need to put a fake suit on someone and when then they don't wear it. Be yourself. You know what I mean? And I think the other fighters in the world would respect you more and hold more for you. Now I can understand some people being like, okay, well, they get paid extra to do it, but then I know a lot of fighters who turn around and say, listen, I'm not going to do that
because I still have my pride.
Yep. Yep.
You know, but I think the promotion sometimes put a bit too much money into that when they don't really need to. They should probably save that money and put it more onto health insurance and shit like that.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Like,
That's,
I know some I've read through some contracts from different companies, and like I know one company has like 10 pages for things that you can't say and things that you can't do, like for the company, you know, you can't badmouth the company, you can't use certain words, you have to use these words and things like that. It's a long list of things, and it goes for pages and pages and pages, and then it's got half a page, literally half a page for your healthcare. And I'm like, is that it? I was reading and this isn't for myself. You know, I was reading some agent, and this is from a big promotion. I'm reading it, I'm thinking, half a page? Half a page? You know, for healthcare? You know, help the fighters a bit more, you know? And you know what? No, you think you know, but like it's probably different to what you think it is. The promotion. That's the thing.
yeah,
You know?
I know a lot. I know a lot of stupid stories about promotion us fighters to become races that they aren't. You know, like there was this fighter who was Western, and they asked him to become Indian, and he refused.
What do you mean? Wait, say that again?
Yeah, there was this fighter. He's coming. He was coming from Western country.
Yeah.
And because he looked a bit like an Indian, and the promotion wanted him to become an Indian, wanted his race to become an Indian because they thought he could sell to the crowd if he was an Indian. He don't even speak Indian. Oh my god.
That's like saying, you know what? Shave your beard, you might look Mexican. So let's change your name, and you can be Mexican. All right? Oh wait, we got a better one. We're gonna tell people you're actually a Golden Gloves boxer. When you're not, like, you know, give me the traditional like racist Mexican thing and put tacos in my hand. You know, but you got to shave your beard off. But you got to leave a little mustache, so you look like an old Mexican man. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Like-
the thing, man. Like, certain things one FC say really freaks me
Whoa,
out.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah, it's true.
whoa, whoa.
It's true, man. Certain, I'm gonna say it. Certain things that one FC says really freak me out. Like, when Major was walking out, they were saying that he's the Southeast Asian grappling champion, and he's not.
Really?
He's not. He did win a grappling tournament. It was a Singapore grappling tournament. It wasn't a Southeast Asian grappling tournament, and he did fucking well for that tournament. He even did some Imanari entries for to get a heel hook and so on and so forth. And he was fucking great, but he's not a Southeast Asian grappling champion.
That's like saying, like, oh wait, I think when Rob Laceda was walking out, they were like, oh, the street fighter coming from the streets. It's like, man, fuck, Rob's a nice guy on the street. Yeah, he looks like he'll punch your face in, but he's as smart as anyone else to not fight on the street. You know what I mean? So I don't know, like they kind of gonna give the guys gimmicks and things like that. I know more than one of the other promotions, like Dare was really big on these gimmicks. But
Dare is so gimmicky. Oh my god.
yeah, I thought it was gay, like, because my brother was gonna maybe fight on Dare once, and there was like a bit of talk. It never happened, you know. His first pro fight, you know, didn't work out. And I remember when it happened, they were doing all these gimmicks, and my brother just straight up, like, they wanted to give him some new nickname. Right? You can't give a fighter a new nickname. He got the nickname, you know. And then they were trying to give him some new nickname and go off some shit. And he looked at me and he was like, "Man, I'm not doing it." And he said, he goes, if I signed with the company, I wouldn't do it. He goes, it's not the type of person he is. And I know a lot of other fighters out there aren't that type of fighter to do such a thing.
Yeah, and there was another thing, when they had Rich Franklin in the cage, and Rich was talking a bit, and Rich was like so convinced that Eddie Ng is Singaporean. Like, Eddie Ng is not Singaporean. Oh my god! And they keep doing it, and people just believe it. One FC does that.
I don't know, man. Like, I think you know what the company's starting to get real gimmicky. Fucking Bellator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to. They're getting Mola War. They're getting Rampage. All these guys that are having cross contracts with wrestling contracts and shit, and they're all just fucking throwing gimmicks out and starting fake fights that aren't really there. And like Tito and Rampage, that was horrible.
No, okay. Tito fighting Shlemenko. Do you know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tito was clearly weight advantage.
Yeah. I thought I was like, what the fuck's up with that? Why is he fighting?
Tito won like he won fucking championship belt or something.
But Alexander Shlemenko is a tough guy.
Yes, he is legit, but this size advantage in MMA is legit as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so middleweight and light heavyweight is a 9 kilo difference. Huge difference.
and like I know BJ Penn fought Machida in Pride, and look what happened to BJ Penn.
What happened to BJ Penn?
BJ Penn got knocked out.
Did he?
You didn't know BJ Penn fought?
I thought he went to a decision.
No, he didn't went to decision.
Yeah, BJ. I see, and there's a guy that I thought can't be knocked out.
Yeah,
break
that's
it
the
down.
thing, man. Weight advantage and
Hey, trust me, I know about weight advantage. I've fought at welterweight and I've had my ass kicked.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah.
So basically, that will be it for the show. Coming up, I will talk about Major. I will have an interview with Vincent. Like Vincent just agreed with me. I'm gonna do another countdown to beat down with Impact Fighter. Yeah, so Eddie Young was born and brought up in the UK, so he's British with Hong Kong parents. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what? Alan Cole is the fucking smartest man on this fight. He knows everything. Honestly, he literally knows everything and everyone. Because I would have had no fucking clue that Eddie was born and brought up in the UK.
Yeah, it's true. Peter Davies was born and brought up in the UK as well, I believe.
Peter Davis looks a bit UK though. No, like
And
not really
probably
looks a bit
Malaysian.
UK, but like he doesn't look like I'm just not gonna someone's gonna say I'm a racist. I'm just gonna shut up now. But Alan, you're the man. You know everything.
Yeah, and
And you know what? I really like it even more than this. Alan is listening to our show every week.
yeah, he listens to our show every week.
Yeah, and we ramble on about shit that doesn't even matter, and we
Oh,
still
he's a
like.
fan because he had his own podcast back then, and he had shit on so many people. He pissed off so many people, and he was happy that we are now the podcast that shits on people for the good stuff, the legit stuff, because we want the sport to become better, and we want people to understand what sport is all about.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'm gonna openly say is I was really, really disappointed with the UFC this weekend. That's why we're not even talking about it because it was that shit.
Yeah, it was.
Like.
he knows stuff. He knows that Eddie has a broad English Northern accent. I don't even know as a broad English Northern accent.
Man, I was really, really disappointed with the UFC this weekend.
Yeah.
I think the only fight that I really liked, I recorded it. I watched it live, and I recorded it. And usually when I record things that same night, because I like to study, like not just fighters that I'm fighting myself. I like to study fighters in general, just to learn little things all the time. I'm always learning because martial arts, mixed martial arts especially, you're always on a journey of learning. So I always watch and look at these guys that I look up to in the UFC and things like that to learn. Now, what I do is, because the UFC plays around about 12 o'clock in the afternoon or sometimes 9 o'clock in the morning here. So I'll wake up in the morning, but I'll be recording it and I'll watch it live. Then I'll go to the gym, train, and and try and do what I saw on TV. And then I'll see why it didn't work or why it did work. And then I'll come back and I'll watch the fights all over again. At night, I'll stay up until 3, 4 in the morning and I'll just watch the fights again. I think this is the first time I wasn't interested to watch the fights again. I think the only fight that I really liked watching for some reason was Eddie versus
Mark Ediva.
Yeah, Makadiva.
Yeah,
And look, a Filipino fighter, tough as fucking nails, from Team Lakai, like it was awesome to watch. So that's a good fighter that I like to watch, and I just wasn't too interested by it. Hopefully, this next weekend we could see a bit more.
Oh, whoa! I see a call out. I don't know if it's real.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, if you want to fight me at Bantam, you can use the tape to
Help you
oh,
diet.
you know what to do.
I think it's an inside joke.
Nah, it's not. That's a call out. Hey Nick, if you're listening, that's a call out, bruh. Drop the bantamweight.
Nick can't make bantamweight for a
He can make
shit.
bantam. Okay, listen. Get to 162 or something. Get to like 162 and like 155 and they'll meet. I don't know. All these catchweight.
I think KC versus Kevin Bellingham would be a nice fight.
Oh yeah, that would be a great fight.
Yeah, because I don't know who to pick. I like fights that I don't know who to pick.
So what do you think happens now for Stephen Langdown then? Because he's 1-1 now in his career in general, not just ONE FC.
They might bury him and put him with Radim.
Just give Radim a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I seen there was another Evolve fighter that got booked into fight today. A Thai fighter.
Yeah, it's Jakarta ONE FC card. I saw it sometimes.
And he's a Lumpini champ, right?
Yeah, 3 times Lumpini champ.
And who's he fighting?
Some guy from Cebu MMA without a shit record.
What's
national boxing contender?
Not a champion, contender. Okay, so what's Cebu MMA? Like, have you heard of them or?
No, I haven't heard of them. So basically, I think they're from Philippines.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I'm looking at this card and I'm not too interested. But if you see, Gianni Saba is back on the card, and so is Gigi. Gigi? How do you say his name?
AJ.
Gage?
Wait,
Gehe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Oh, would you happen to know what the whole problem was with Tan Vu and his opponent on the weekend? There was a pullout.
Jishen didn't make weight. Tanvu.
How much was he overweight?
I don't know. That was the only thing that was reported on Wikipedia. I asked around. Nobody wants to disclose the matter.
Ah, okay.
And the thing is, I want to say is that Raymond Tan actually came in sick when he was fighting Radim, and 2 days ago he was 6 kilos over. And he
Oh,
made
really?
weight.
See, that's a fighter that wants to get paid. You know, hey, and I see one more thing. I see 2 guys from a team called Egyptian Top Team. Right? And I made a comment on this, I think it was on this very photo. Right? I think I made a comment.
Yeah, I see Egyptian
look.
Top Team, but no Australia.
So, meh. And look, I got 8 likes.
and
Mohammed Ashraf liked it. You know what I mean? So if I got his approval, I'm doing the right thing. Right? Got 8 likes. I see one Iranian guy there, that's cool. But how many Australians do you see on that card?
0.
Exactly. ONE FC. If you want to get Australia involved. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll fight any featherweight. Yeah. You got one featherweight fight? Yeah. Man. See? And we got featherweights, we got bantamweights, we got flyweights, we got lightweights, welterweight. We've got every weight class right here. You know what I mean? Have one Australian from Australian Top Team on that card, right? And you bring in an Australian audience, or even any fighter from Australia. You know, you want to put an international card on. I see Brazil there, I see Japan there, you know. I don't see any Americans even. But have an American, have a fucking Australian there. If you can fucking pay for these guys from Egypt to come over, pay for someone from Australia to come over. We've got heaps of guys that want to fight. You know what I mean? But maybe they're all scared, so I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing about this card is it looks even worse than the ONE FC Singapore card.
Oh, it looks horrible. But like we said, we counted out the last card and we've seen what happened. That was an amazing card by ONE FC. I always say, these guys know more than us. You know what I mean? I always say that. I go, Sean Shelby, Joe Silva, the matchmakers, clearly know more than us. Sometimes I think I could know more than the ONE FC matchmaker, but I'm not an expert. Like, they still put on entertaining fights. When you can soccer kick people in the face, it's always an entertaining fight. You know what I mean? I'm more than anything, on this card, you know, I'm looking to watch Gianni fight. And I really want to see Ev Ting from Auckland MMA fight. You know? Really? Yeah. See, I'm a different fan.
F-Ting actually, I think, beat Nick Harris.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on.
No.
F-Ting.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
my
think
god.
so.
Wait, yeah. Wait, hold on. Because F-Ting fought with Will Chope.
Oh, go to his record. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he fought with Will
Oh,
Chope.
he beat Will Chope in
Yeah.
2000. See, awesome. Will Chope. What the fuck? Yeah. See, hey, I've seen. I remember seeing this, but then I forgot. And he beat another tough guy. If you go back to his record, you see this guy, Mark Abelardo. I can't say his name.
Abelardo? You know
Mark Tyson. Yeah, I know him. Right? Man, this guy is tough, man. This guy is tough. This guy is good. He fought Rodolfo Marquez. He lost the decision. He's a young guy, like in his career, and he fought Rodolfo Marquez, who's I think 16-3. 16-3. One of his losses was to Rob Lacida. His last loss on AFC was to Alex Volkanovski, who's a legit guy who I've had my ass beat by in training.
Just look.
Man, he actually was one of Jose Aldo's main sparring partners and training partners. He's legit. He went to a decision with him. He decisions a lot of his fights, but I saw the fight and Mark had rattled him a few times, man. And he's a bantamweight and he fought at featherweight against his fight.
So is this guy still fighting in Australia? Like, why is he?
Hey, Rodolfo Marquez. Rodolfo Marquez is big in Australia. He'll be back. He fought Bibiano Fernandez.
He beat Yusuf.
Yeah.
Yusuf is like one of my favorite fighters in 1FC. I love to watch him fight.
Man, Rodolfo Marquez is legit. And this was the start of Rob Lacida. You know, he had that awesome run that he's gone through. And he started it with sorry. He started it with Rodolfo Marquez. You know, we've got some legit fighters fighting in Australia right now. And Alex Volkanovski is one of them. You know, he just beat the crap out of Rodolfo, knocked him out. It's a great fight. But Rodolfo is a good guy, good record. But you see that guy, Mark, he's a legit fighter. So if everything, beat him and then he beat Will Chope, you know, he must be doing some things right. Yeah, he fought at Legends FC. He's now in 1FC. So I'm really interested to see how he goes.
Yep. That would be awesome. Ifting, and he's fighting a local, and usually 1FC like to protect their locals, but
yeah, well, I think that's where I'll go for the upset.
Ifting's gonna beat Lego.
Yeah.
I think Gehe should beat Watanabe, but he can't count out Japanese fighters.
Never Japanese fighters he count him out. Never.
Francino Tirta is just getting a fight for the fans to go home happy. So Tirta is like 13 or 12-0, and he's fighting this guy is 4-1 or 4-2.
Yeah.
But the main event is gonna be good. I love to watch Moraes fight.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a real interesting fight. I think Moraes is gonna really give a good fight. He won his last fight. Did he?
Yeah, he did. I forgotten.
You know what?
Urishitani. He defeated Urishitani in KL.
Yeah, that's it. I wonder when Andrew Leon's gonna be back.
I'm not too sure, man. I think 1FC is kind of
they're pissed off
upset.
him.
Yeah, they're pissed off that he can't make weight, so they are kind of scared to put him in a title picture.
Well, I don't think that he's gonna be fighting at flyweight. He's fought at flyweight twice, I think, for them, and he's missed weight both times.
So he's gonna go bantam.
Yeah, I think he'll go to bantamweight. I think that cut takes a bit too much out of him. Yeah, but hey, Australia, I want to see 1FC. Hit me up.
Alright, man. So
not me. Not me. I'm sorry. Hit me up for other Australian top 2 fighters.
Yeah, you're the loyal guy who'll stay in Rebel.
Hey man, Rebel's been good to me. I'm gonna be good to Rebel, and I'm gonna put a show on for Rebel come August 1st. You're not gonna see me pull out and things like that. I'm in this. Even if I'm injured, I will fight. You know, I'll never use that as an excuse. But
injured, sick, whatever it is, I'll be fighting at Rebel. Nothing can stop me.
Yep, and that would go the same for Ash as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I totally forgot what I want to say. But anyways, what do you have for the next week?
This week I'm sleeping at home on the weekend. I'm training and sleeping. I've got a big sparring day on Saturday with a few other local gyms. We're gonna mix it up with each other. Got a few friends coming down from a couple gyms a few hours away from us. On Saturdays we usually like to have big sparring days. Not all gyms hate each other, so we got a few brother and sister gyms that we like to bring around. We all spar and train together, have a roll together, beat each other up. Some good guys. We got guys like Aiden Barron who trains at PTT, but he's from the Central Coast, which is a few hours away. Aiden Barron comes down and spars, brings a few of his mates. We got guys from Full Force gym, which isn't too far from our gym, but they're mainly Muay Thai stand-up guys. They come down and spar with our guys. Got a good variety of guys that come down. So Saturday, just a big sparring day, a big run. Train as a team, get better, and no fights or tournaments or anything on this weekend, so I can kind of just relax, focus on the gym, hopefully just get a bit better. I'm still sick and my nose keeps running and is all blocked. That's why I'm like this tonight. So just looking forward to another week, another day, blessed to be living. So yeah.
Yeah, man. What I wanted to say is that I hope that you enjoyed this video.
I saw it for a second, but then my phone messed up. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again.
Basically, I want to do the same.
It's a fight that I wanted.
Yeah, I see him.
I want to do basically the same thing. You guys just do your own interviews, shadow boxing, training footage. Tell me all your stories that you think will sell. I'll cut it up. I'll make it a countdown to Rebel, and it would hype.
Yeah. See, yeah, I'd love to do that. Man, what's your prediction for Nick Lee versus Gary Tang? Just want to know. It's not far away. It's not far away. 2 weeks away.
Okay. You see a bit of Nick's footage. That is shadow boxing.
Yeah, nice boxing.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that his boxing is good, and you see a bit of his fight. Yeah, and that's how he fights. He doesn't give a shit, and he can take punishment. Okay? That fight he fought was with a veteran Muay Thai guy. And that guy hits hard. Like Nick took knees to the head, elbows to the head.
Shit! Yep. Nice.
Like in the first round, Nick was just getting beat up. In the first round, basically.
Wait, is Nick the one that just got dropped?
No, didn't.
I was gonna say.
He was the one who got the flying knee.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The other guy dropped, and that guy gave Nick vicious elbows and knees, and there was so much punishment this guy was taking, and he was like 19 years old when he took that punishment and just got up in the second round and threw that flying knee and won the fight.
Yeah, man. Then we got Gary Tang, awesome wrestler, awesome grappler. He has this awesome armbar finish at Rebel. I'm sure we're gonna see him again at the next Rebel after that as well. How's Nick Lee's grappling? Do we know much about his grappling?
He was training his first coach, like his real first coach was Major.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm sure Major has a little insight on what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and when he was in Singapore, then Nick was in Impact, and there was some controversy that got him banned.
I still want to know this controversy that got him banned.
Okay, I'll talk about the controversy since ultimately down this one, and I want to hype this fight as well. And this is coming from a source, so you don't believe 100% of what I said, but this is what happened. There was another girl in the gym in Impact Avenue who was, and she kind of accused Nick of being touchy with her. Yeah, so it went to the police and everything, but in the end the charges were dropped. Yeah, so the charges were dropped, and Nick was still banned from Impact MMA. Like, they can't prove Nick guilty of being touchy with the girl.
So what did she accuse him of by being touchy? Like rolling and touching her, or?
I'm not too sure about the rolling and touching, but I think it was kind of serious since it went.
And how does the Singaporean police deal with? I'm pretty sure they deal with these matters pretty seriously, right?
Yep, they do, but they know that there are a lot of girls out there who would do things like this. Like they would accuse guys. Like they how do you say it? Like some girls would want to like this guy and start doing funny things with the guy, and the guy responded. Then after that, the guy second day didn't respond, and the girl's pissed, so went to the police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly never happened in my gym. But I've heard of this, quite a few incidents like this happening where I'm not saying this girl's lied, but there's been times when it's all come out where this girl's lied and things have happened, and you never really know. I'm sure the only person who really knows is the girl and Nick Lee, so they can only know. But hey, man, if Impact going to believe the girl, then I'm sure that she has something to back her up, or I don't know. I kind of try and judge every person for their own actions, what I've seen from them. As long as it hasn't gone as far as doing a Ben Leo thing, I'm happy.
It's not a Ben Liu thing, because the problem with Nick is, and I know he's gonna hate me for saying this, but he changed a bit. But when he was young, he was that arrogant, cocky, I can beat anyone, like you suck, I don't give a shit, that kind of thing, and it kind of rubbed off on Impact, and Impact doesn't like his attitude, so that was also part of why Impact banned him for.
Yeah, but I'm sure Impact have a chip on their shoulder too. They haven't lost in 2 years, and they had the first Singaporean UFC fighter and all this stuff. Like, I'm sure that they're real nice guys, but they've got reason to be cocky, and we've got one of the cockiest teams in Australia here. We've got some humble guys, and then we've got kids like Trent who go into their fights and point at the coach and do a big throat slit as if they're going to kill them. And we've got James the Gym who, after he beats every one of his opponents, does push-ups to show that he hasn't done anything yet, I think that cockiness is a part of being a fighter and being yourself. So I don't think Impact can really rip on Nick Lee for that, and even saying he'll beat anyone. I think that fighters express themselves, and if that's who Nick Lee is, that's who he is. I think he's a young guy. Maybe he made some mistakes, and maybe he didn't. But I guess some redemption's gonna go down on June 14th, the Ultimate Beatdown. So hey, this is a grudge match that everyone will want to see. Gary Tang, he's the Impact
Face now.
He's the face of Impact now. He's the Singaporean face of Impact, and Nick Lee is the shot away boy. Like who was it? Was it Melvin versus Donald Cerrone?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? It's like that arrogant kid that got kicked out and he got fucked off, and then you got the face, the Donald Cerrone, who came in and he was beating everyone up, and then, but who wins this one? It makes for a good story. Ultimate Beatdown got themselves a awesome fight. June 14th, Gary Tang, Nick Lee. It's definitely one that I'm going to be looking out for. I do look at some local MMA in Singapore and Asia and things like that, but this will be one fight that Ultimate Beatdown has put on that I'm really interested in looking for. Will Chope is fighting on Ultimate Beatdown too, right?
Yeah, but he's fighting Mustafa Shuri. It's a rematch that Will Chope beat this guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who this guy is. I'm pretty sure he's had like 3 MMA fights as well.
Yeah, he's 0-2 now.
Okay, yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Rankings, guys. Just spoke about.
No, but the thing is, Will Chope just lost at Pro FC, so this is gonna be an exciting fight.
He fought a guy who was 2-1. He can't say that he fought a really good guy and lost and needs a win. He fought a shit guy and lost, and now he's looking for a win again.
Yeah,
what happens? What happens if he wins this time? He is fucked up. What Rebel are trying to do for him?
Maybe. That's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. When I was training past week, Chad came down to train with us.
Oh, awesome, Chad.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, this guy can strike. Chad can strike. He's not that good at grappling, but Chad can fucking strike. I grapple with Chad. I roll with Chad.
He did some martial art, didn't he? I saw a photo of him doing kung fu.
He's a black belt, Kyokushin karate.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
told Chad about that. I said, "Are you worried about Chope losing in Pro FC and Miguel Torres could even be knocked out in Glory?" And you know what Chad told me? Like, no, man. These guys are still fighters, and they'll put on a show. So
Yeah, but that, at the same time, that's Chad's job to say that.
yeah, I know
You
that.
know what I mean? Miguel Torres losing in Glory isn't as bad as Will Chope going to Pro FC and losing to a guy that's 2-1. And people can hate me for saying that, or I think Will Chope's a real nice guy, and he can inbox me and abuse me about this, and I'll say fuck you, let's fight. But you know, I don't care. You know, I'll say it. He is an extremely nice guy, but I don't think he made the smartest career choice in these two fights that he set up for himself. Maybe if he's not as confident in his own skills and he did that, that's one thing. But if you watch his interview that he had after the draw was taken, he was saying that he was going to run through everyone, and it was on YouTube. I was watching him saying he was going to run through, and then he goes and loses to a guys 2-1 on Pro FC. Now I'm sure Rebel are paying him well, you know. I'm sure they're paying him great money. So maybe it's just better to focus on that than focusing on something else. If Miguel Torres loses on Glory, which is kickboxing, which is a completely different sport, you can't take that away from what he's doing in MMA.
That's true, but the thing is, the good thing about Miguel Torres fighting Glory is that because a lot of martial arts fans in the state will be watching that, and if let's say Torres did win, then a lot of attention from the states would be on Rebel.
But there you go.
Yeah,
You know,
but
he
if
made a
Torres didn't
smarter
win-
choice.
If Torres didn't win, like, people won't care. The states won't care about Rebel. They will just see Torres as some washed-up fighter. Because the thing about Torres is went to WSOF and lost to two unknowns.
Yeah. What happens with is Shafiq fighting?
Yeah, Shafiq is fighting. Shafiq
See
is
if I-
fighting. The four Singaporeans that are fighting is Ash, Shafiq, May, and Gary Tang.
Did you say Ash is fighting?
Yeah, Ash is fighting.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, who's he fighting?
Someone you know very well.
I don't know very well.
Yep.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Ash. Muhammad Ashraf is fighting Suman Mukhtarin on Rebel FC.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Who's he fighting on Ultimate Beatdown?
No, oh, you're talking about Ultimate Beatdown. I thought you were talking about Rebel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're like the four fighters that are fighting.
The four
for-
fighters that are fighting on Rebel, the four Singaporeans that are fighting on Rebel is this Rebel is Ash.
Oh.
Yeah. Ash,
Yep.
Shafiq, May, and Gary Tang. Shafiq actually pulled out from the Ultimate Beatdown because it was too late a call. Ultimate Beatdown was supposed to be done in March, but yeah, there was
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're gonna see Shafiq back in action at Rebel.
Yes, but I don't know who's he's fighting. Yet.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
who's he's fighting yet. They said they already got an opponent for May. So
I wonder who that is.
Yep, I don't know who she's fighting yet as well.
I have a really weird feeling that it might be someone from Australia.
Wow, do you have any Australian top team girls anymore?
No,
That's the thing.
my girlfriend would beat her ass.
You think in MMA?
Yeah, my girlfriend would sub her.
Okay.
But that's not the point. My girlfriend hasn't even fought MMA yet, but she's good. She will one day. I'm pretty hard on her, so I've told her she's not allowed to fight MMA for a while. But I just, you know why? I for some reason have this weird feeling that because I've seen Rebel have been posting things in the past few days, past couple weeks, and there's a woman from Australia that has been tagged in. She's an Australian MMA fighter, and she's fought Amy Adam. She's been tagged in some of the photos. Then when I saw her get tagged in one of the photos, I thought, hey, that's a bit odd. Like, why is she getting tagged in these photos? Wow. So I think that is they fight in the same weight class. So I think that, wait, if you go down to a few photos, go down a bit further. I seen her name, and I was like, wow, what the fuck? All right, wait, let me see. All right, she's friends with me. I'll go down.
Like, I just think it's real funny that she keeps getting posted in all these things, and I'm like, why is she getting posted? Hey, by the way, I like watching those videos from the guy. Hey, I like this video too.
Yeah, I like this video. That's good. This is very good.
Yeah. I like being able to. I can't. I like. It's one of my dreams to make me. Ah, wait. No, is it there? No.
No, it's not.
Mate, always there. No.
Nope.
Maybe there. Oh wait, no. There we go. There we go. Up. And number 7. Yeah, this one. Yeah, Belinda Sedgwick.
What weight is she on?
She fought Amy Adam at like 56, I think.
Yeah, he's been tagged with this guy. You know, okay, talking about this guy, I was with Takeo the other weekend because I had Nick around for a tour in Singapore because he have not been in Singapore for like 7 years. So
Yep.
I let Nick went to Equilibrium MMA. Takeo is the head professor BJJ down there. Takeo is like the top Draculino students, and the thing that I think you would like to know is that Takeo is the guy who gave Ben Liu his purple belt. But Takeo is fucking legit, and this guy was recommended by Takeo to fight Wilchoke, and he's gonna fight Wilchoke. And this guy have been posting things like Wilchoke, you're gonna die, you giraffe head, and so on and so forth. And one fine day, Wilchoke actually banned him from his Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, and he don't speak much English, but he was telling Takeo, oh my god, Wilchoke banned me from Facebook. And Takeo was like, of course, you've been talking so much shit. Why wouldn't he ban you from Facebook?
Yeah, Will's a nice guy. He doesn't really like too much trash talk. He just kind of likes to train and fight. But I think it's interesting. You know, his opponent's doing this. So it's gonna make for a good fight. I think he's gonna Woodchop's gonna watch out for Marcio's guillotine. You know, because he's had a lot of wins by guillotine. So let's see what happens. Woodchop's versing. Don't look at the record. He's versing a legit guy. So yeah, this is the woman that was tagged in some of the photos, and I thought, hey, this is a bit funny. We could be onto a secret that hasn't been put out yet. So, because why would they tag a girl from Australia who's an MMA fighter, fights in the same weight as May Oi when she's no one special? Like, as in, like, why didn't they tag me in that photo? Do you know what I mean? Like, why did they tag her in this photo? I don't know. Or do they like her? Yeah, but yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Let's look at it.
Oh my god.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Does this look like someone that is gonna fight May Oi?
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Definitely yes. Like, you know, I don't mind Mayo getting a legit opponent and losing, because the thing is, just putting May Oi on the card would get a lot of non-MMA fans down there, and let's say they will be watching the fights as well, and there will be some guys and there will be some fights that would interest them to watch MMA even further. So it doesn't matter if May Oi gets someone that could beat her up. I don't mind.
You don't mind.
have
I think that this is a fine opponent for May Oi. As much as you don't think so, right? Alright, we just spoke about it. Some people need to be like, not fed, but some people need to. She's the local. She's gonna get the favorite choice. Now, she's coming into her first pro fight. This woman's had 4 pro fights. She's maybe lost those fights, but this could be her chance. Like, what record is Belinda Sedgwick looking to fight someone with? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
So if they
0-0 is good for Belinda.
Yeah, 0-0 is great for Belinda. So I think it's a fight that makes sense, as well as every fight has to have a favorite and a person who's not the favorite. And I think for Singapore to really want to watch this fight, May Oi has to be the favorite. She can't be the underdog in her debut fight. So I think this is the fight that makes sense. Now, Amy Adam beat her ass in a minute 17. But like, when I'm saying beat her ass, she beat her ass.
Yeah.
It was scary to watch. She beat her, and May beat Amy. So yeah, there's a bit of a connection there. You know, I don't know how they kind of found the name, but yeah, if you go to Amy's record, Amy doesn't have a great record either.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, Amy doesn't have a great record, but she's a fighter. Hey, she bought a fight. If you guys didn't see, at that first Rebel,
Yep.
she bought a fight. Now, as for the first few, we scroll down a bit. All right. Now, May Oi isn't in her pro fights. Now, the first fight that she had here in 2012, December 21, that was an amateur fight. But for some reason,
Yep.
it has gone into her pro record.
Yeah, she told
And
me.
even, yeah, even the top fight, Christina Tatnall,
Uh-huh.
was not a pro fight.
Ah.
It was a semi-professional fight. It was 3x3 minute rounds, no elbows, no foot stomps, no knees to the head. You know, that to me is an amateur fight.
Yep.
You know, or a semi-professional fight. So her real record is really 1-1 to me. But you guys can see that record and you can say, hey, that's a shit record. But if you watch Amy fight, you'll see she's a tough girl. She fights and she brings it every time. So Belinda's not that bad of an option for them. You know, I'm sure a lot of other people don't want to fight May. Or because she's 0-0. People, 0-0 is the scariest thing you can fight because you never know. This person could be the next GSP.
Yep. Yes.
You know. So I think this fight still, as much as people look at it and say 0-4, it could make sense. But I think that we've just revealed one matchup: Belinda Sedgwick versus May Oi, August 1st, and that's why I'm a private investigator.
Yeah, man, you are like the MMA CSI. But anyway, I just want to finish off with this Nick Lee. Nick Lee was in Impact, got kicked off, followed Major to Tiger Muay Thai, and he stayed there and trained there for 6 months plus, I think 6 months, 7 months, and now he's back in Singapore. So he's legit. I think this is like the only time maybe that we have two legit Singaporean guys fight each other.
What gym is Nick Lee at now?
He's training out Juggernaut, but he's not representing them. He's just training there
Oh, who's he representing?
himself.
Independent.
Yeah.
Why? See, I don't understand that. Like, we had a girl the other day come here, and she's a blue belt,
BJJ.
and she in BJJ. She wants to compete in the national, and she wants to go to the worlds next year. She goes really great, and she liked training with my girlfriend and a few of the other girls that had trained here. Now the girl had said, "I want to come and train at your gym because it's such a good gym and like I like training with the partners and everything." She goes, "But I want to represent another gym," and I was like, scratching my head, why? And she said, "Oh, just because like I don't want them to think that I dog them and I want to stay loyal to them and things like that." I'm like, "But you're not training there anymore.
Yep.
Why would you want to represent them?" She goes, "Oh, I don't want any of them to get angry at me or anything." She's a girl, obviously, so she's a bit worried. She's like, "I don't want to rock up to the tournament and for them to hate me and things like that." And I'm like, I explained to her, I'm like, you know, when you go to all these tournaments, a lot of, when we go to jiu-jitsu tournaments, a lot of these teams are really geeky and, oh, let's do jiu-jitsu, you know, they're real gay.
Okay.
And I said that in a non-gay way, like, it's,
Okay.
but they're just weird, right? And we rock up to the jiu-jitsu tournaments and we're like the fucking badasses and we start fights with people over points and we have a big group and we swear and throw bottles and shit. We're the rude guys at the BJJ tournaments.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I explained to her, I go, if your team says anything, we have about 30 MMA fighters who are doing BJJ that would like to kick the shit out of your old team. You know? So she was like, yeah, but like I don't want them to swear at me. And I'm like, who the fuck is going to swear at a girl for changing teams? You know what I mean? But it's the same thing. Like, why wouldn't he just... Juggernaut's cool. Arvin's cool.
Yeah.
Like, they got a good team. They got some good boxes. You know, so why wouldn't they... Why would he want to represent... I just don't understand that sometimes. I don't understand people's mindsets. If you're with a team, if they're training you, represent that team. Be proud of that team. I'm proud of my team, and the guys that fight at my gym are real proud of it too. You know what I mean? So I think it's great to represent a team and represent more than just yourself.
Yeah. And if you realize, on 1FC, Major overall actually went out with a white T-shirt. He came out with Will Chope, who is from Juggernaut now, and he came out with Royston Wee, who's from Impact.
Really?
Yeah, Will Chope and Royston and Leke, who's from Impact as well, was in his corner. and Major had no banner.
And Arvin wasn't there?
Arvin was sitting in the VIP seats. Arvin
Uh-huh.
wasn't in Major's corner.
Oh, well, sometimes you...
I
Oh,
don't know. I'm gonna ask
you
him
know what?
about it.
That's a bit funny, but then at the same time, you can understand. I can understand Royston didn't want to kind of represent maybe Juggernaut.
Yep.
I can understand that, but I still don't understand why Major wouldn't represent Juggernaut if he's the head coach there.
Yeah.
So that's a bit funny.
So
Hey,
I'm just
maybe
gonna ask him.
that's a good question to ask him.
Yep. I'm gonna poke him about it, and I'm gonna ask him what's gonna happen the next time. Will we see a banner from Juggernaut, or we're gonna see, because he has like his own team, like Will Chop have Team Buffet.
Huh?
Will Chop has Team Buffet. Do you know that?
What's that?
That's like his team or something. He trains everywhere, but whenever he fights, he always represent this team called Team Buffet.
Well, that's because he keeps going from gym to gym.
Yeah, and Major has this team called Team
He has
Highlight
literally
Reel.
been to every gym in Asia.
And Major got this team called Team Highlight Reel, and Nick Lee is in Major's team.
Oh, well, see, there we go. Nick Lee, I guess, is representing Team Highlight Reel.
Yep, and that's why.
So-
And Gary Tang is legit, and he has good wrestling. He's one of the best wrestlers in Singapore. He's like on his shot to become pro. So I'm telling you, this fight is the fight to watch.
So how would we be able to watch it after? Like, how long will it be up in? And things like-
I'll get it up because I'm fighting there and I'm covering the media as well. So I'll get it up as soon as I can. My fight as well. I
Are you
know a
fighting
little-
first?
Yeah, I'm fighting first. I'm like I think they put me in the main event of the amateur section. My
Oh,
God.
really?
Yeah.
How many fights are they having all up?
Total is 25 fights. I think 6 are kickboxing.
Oh, in a cage.
Yeah, in the cage.
And are they having a bigger cage?
Yeah, they're gonna have a bigger cage. And talking about that, I just want to point out the reason I think Nick won Brad. Why Brad won Nick the last time, because it was a smaller cage and it was easier
Yeah.
for Brad. Yeah. And this time
Man, that small cage is
Vale
fucking
tudo, bro.
crazy.
They
Right, like
didn't
that.
do it back then, bro.
You got no option but to stand toe to toe
Yep.
and go with someone in that cage. You know, I'm claustrophobic. You know, I'm claustrophobic. In a cage like that, I'd feel like I fucking can't breathe. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to fucking training in the 32-foot octagon in my gym. So I've gone to MMA shows and I've seen those smaller cages and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But one of my favorite things to do is really work up against the cage and things like that. You know, so like I don't know how I would feel fighting in a cage that small. So, but like, that was not a good small. That was a really small
Yeah,
cage.
it was a really small cage and a
When I'm
lot of
saying
action.
small, I reckon if both fighters stood in the middle, they could take maximum 2.5 steps back.
Yep. Yeah,
That's tough.
and in that small cage, Major actually fought in Ultimate Beatdown 11, and in that small cage, Major pulled off a Showtime kick.
How the hell do you run up?
He did. He did.
And that's why his team highlights rule. I can't wait for that fight, Nick Lee and Gary Tang. Obviously, you're going to be covering it, and this is a fight for Singaporean fans to really get involved with and follow.
Yep. And true. And tomorrow, I'm gonna get up Vincent Latul's and Major's interview as soon as possible. Tomorrow, I'm going to Impact to do another countdown to beatdown footage with Nico, another one of the top fighters. And this guy is also a legit fighter as well. And
Do we have news on when Hoist and Wee will be fighting again?
They are talking Philippines, but UFC in the Philippines is not confirmed yet because there's so much red tape to go through it. They actually was talking about New Zealand, but it didn't happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
You could have Royston and Ian Ante on the same card, but it didn't happen. So
Ah, damn it.
yeah, and I know you're gonna go to New Zealand to watch Ian Ante's fight. Were you
Yeah.
honoring him?
My brother will be cornering him.
Wow,
My brother and Rob Lasita.
wow.
Yeah, so that's a pretty fucking lethal corner. He said to me, "Come." So me and you. Wait, hold on. I think you might be cornering him as well.
Wow, so you gotta have Australian top team banner in that? No? Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to Ian. You know, we're just supporting him as a friend. He's right now training in Phuket top team.
He's got a group of killers around there. And then he'll be coming back hopefully, and we're actually setting up his room to live with us. So yeah.
Wow, if you got ADT in UFC, that's like what, 2 years?
Yeah, but yeah, man, Ian got himself there, so we're not going to take any credit for that. Ian's a great fighter. I really am really excited to see. I was speaking to him the other day, and he's saying he's in shape and he's more motivated than ever to fight. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how he goes.
All right, bro. I don't know whether it'll be good news or bad news for you. I think I'm going to give you a break next week because there's no international MMA next week.
What am I going to do on a Monday night?
I don't know. If you want to come on, you can. Because the thing is, Nick Harris will be on.
Yep.
Yeah, Nick Harris will be on, and another guy from Malaysia, T-Rex MMA, Seth Borges will be on, and we'll be talking about F3. In
Okay.
KL. Yeah, because I'm going to KL in the weekend. So that's the thing. If you want to come, you can come on the show. But the thing is, I don't want to bore you with stuff that you haven't seen.
Yeah, if it's like that. But I'll see if anything comes up during the week.
Yep.
I might jump on for a 10-15 minute cameo and speak about something. If maybe someone's fight gets announced or something happens, I'll jump on and speak about that.
Alright, that would be awesome, man.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Alright, I'll see you next week if there's
Alright, no worries, man. Thank you very much again.
Okay.
See you guys.
Bye.